Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. Today is my favorite day. I've been hoping for something to happen for a very long time. We all have different individual thoughts about different aspects of YouTube and our journey. Monetization is on 99% of our minds, I'm sure, myself included, of course. And there's a lot that goes along with that. People have different feelings about different types of monetization, different platforms that are out there. And I promise you, there are lots and lots and lots of ways that we can build multiple streams of income from our YouTube channels. For some people, they might be thinking about monetization because it's necessary. Even another, $100 a month or $50 a month can be life-changing. Other people monetize and then turn that money into other things, either prizes on their channel if they do giveaways. Some people donate to charities or just put it back into other super chats and memberships and things like that. So, with over 50 million channels on YouTube, there are 50 million different reasons why we might think about these things. But today, I'm very excited because I saw a community post. I actually saw it on Facebook before anything else. But Scratch and PPA, our beloved and dedicated moderator, has added memberships onto his channel. So I thought about it afterwards, and I figured I shouldn't have signed up right away. I should have waited until we started the stream today so I could show everybody how to sign up for a membership. But it's very, very easy, and when you look at somebody's channel, if they have memberships available, you'll see a join button here right beside where we subscribe and turn on our notifications. So if you click that button, you'll be able to see all the different things available on a channel where memberships are enabled. And so I'm very excited about that, and Scratch and PPA here is known as a shining jewel in the Superchat family, one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 7 years on YouTube now, and he's been with us pretty much from the beginning for well over 700 of the Superchat live stream episodes here. So I hope everybody will connect with him. I think anybody that's already connected with him will agree that he's one of their most supportive creators. And I just keep putting a lot of focus on that because I wish for everyone here to get some of that support coming back to them as well. So I wanted to put this channel up first just so we could talk about that, because I know lots of people will probably be thinking about supporting each other in different ways, and a few people might have been hoping for Scratch and PPA to have memberships on the channel. So just for the sake of saying, even though it's unnecessary, somebody might wonder, how does Superchat, how does Kevin, how do I specifically think about memberships? So hopefully many of you have seen me out there either super chatting different channels or gifting memberships and things like that, but I do things in a specific way. For me personally, I have memberships on all of my moderators' channels. We have a group of about 10 moderators that are here regularly. We have probably another 10 that come in sporadically, but they've been with us since long before the beginning, actually. So I have memberships on all of their channels, but I don't have any memberships on anybody else's channel. So when I'm on other channels, we'll drop super chats here and there, memberships here and there. Of course, nobody has an unlimited budget, so we do what we can, right? And you have to remember that memberships and super chats are not available in every region or country and on every platform, right? You cannot sign up with an iPhone, and I believe not even an iPad. You have to get to a computer or an Android device to make that happen for the most part. But these are just ideas. What Scratch and PPA does on his channel is brings an interesting twist to lottery ticket scratching, and he pits two tickets against each other and gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. As a matter of fact, this coming Tuesday, he's featuring probably what I have to consider my favorite idea for a scratch ticket, which is cash for life. This is a ticket we have in Ontario, Canada, where you are paid $1,000 a week basically for life. I believe you could take a payout on that. He'll know better than I can. But I've played that a few times. Bit of a different ticket than your typical Plinkos here, or crossword, or bingos, or all the other things that he does. But I hope everybody will join him on Tuesday. He premieres every week. If you can catch us for one of these, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. He rivals those of Garden State Gardener, Hilda DC, the Stock Explorer, and a few select others. It is very fast-paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. And then, presentation has always been at the forefront of his mind. His bright, beautiful avatars matched by content in the thumbnails, of course, which also give us a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series. And then his banners updated every single week, if you can believe that, and his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first production over 3.5 years ago. So, of course, monetized, super chats, memberships available to support him with when we get there now. He also expanded the content on his channel this year, taking a trip to Italy, where he brought us some vlogging-style shorts videos, which gave us a great look at all the different areas he visited while he was there, and some Italian lottery tickets that we might not have otherwise seen. And then live streams have started on the channel. He brought us his very first live stream from Italy, and I know a lot of people will be excited to know he's expanded the content on the channel as well. So when we look at Scratch and PPA, we see a creator approaching 2,200 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. So thank you everybody for being here. I'm going to spin the wheel right away. We'll get our next channel ready to go. And I've got quite a few names on our wheel already. When we look at the Wheel of Doom, the way that I add channels is members and moderators get added right away as soon as we see them in the chat. And then I have a robot in the background, a ChatBot we call them, Streamlabs, that helps me keep track of how active everybody has been over the course of the stream. When I need names for the wheel, when we get down to about 5 or 6, I'll add some names from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged over the course of that 3 hours or so. So the Bud Files, Canadian Family Life, I Am Betty J Gathers are all on the wheel. Legal Minded Friends, Karen Coles there with Home Bartending with John and Butler Family Farm. Makeup Mom and Son has already been chosen. She's another beloved and dedicated moderator here, and she's been with us pretty much from the beginning. She's got over 2,000 subscribers as well, which is great, so it's good to know she's got that locked in. We'll talk about her content in a second. River Boss Fishing is in the house. Lisa's Fun Finds, Cruise Bolero, Wheat's Art are all in the house. Ashley, I think, was first in the door. Driving Daily is here. And Travels and Gardening with DJ seems to be everywhere all the time. That Blue Moon is another longtime dear friend for about 4 years now that brings us video gameplay. Silent Silver is going to help us with prepping. Jeremy D-Day has been with me for about 5 years, longer than Tuber Chats even existed. John Paul is in the house. I've been seeing them lately. Paralife TV, your everyday wheelchair ninja, is Shane. I actually met up with him in Toronto a couple weeks ago. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I see Sweet Acres Koi Farm is here. I'm going to put them on the wheel. They happen to be a member. And then Michael's Adventures has a premiere for us right after Tuber Chat today, and that will give us an extended opportunity to meet more friends and family members. The idea, of course, is that every moderator on this channel is a dear friend of mine. They have been for a long time, 3 or 4 years for almost everyone. And they all have different channels and they all do different things, but one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. So for that reason, when we visit any of their channels for premieres and live streams, we're welcome to meet more friends and family members for our own channel, the same way we do here in Tuber Chat. If anybody's mentioned anything that you wanted me to see, I've missed a lot that's gone on in the chat, so forgive me for that, please. And then if there's something you need me to see, just drop 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. Leonica is dropping a super chat, and I always appreciate that extra generous support. We're going to look at that channel next, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Hopefully I said hello to Blessed to Crochet, and then as well Entertainment and More by DJ is the second channel from Travels and Gardening with DJ. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody again. I'm going to have my phone, I got to leave it on today. I'm expecting 2 important phone calls that I'll have to take when they come in. Nothing's wrong. My truck's in the shop and I'm waiting for them to let me know that it's ready. And then I got to do one other thing that's quick. If we do that, I'll just take a break for 3.5 minutes or so. If it's extra long today, that's all it is I just have to take care of these phone calls. We'll be right back as soon as we can. I usually don't like to do that, but with my truck in the shop, I'm anxious to get that thing back. As you can imagine, I've been Ubering for a few days now, and am happy to have the opportunity to get back to work as quick as I can. I should be out working tomorrow. That's why we did an earlier stream today, in case I gotta go get this thing afterwards. So, Makeup Mom and Son is up on the screen. This is a longtime dear friend. She's been with us pretty much from the beginning, which means 4 years now. And like I said, over 2,000 subscribers. Now, she started with makeup, get ready with me type videos, unboxings and product reviews, but she's really expanded that. And over the years, she's done a lot of subscription services. Some of you are familiar with things like BoxyCharm or FabFitFun, but she's gotten into a lot of other things as well, including taste test challenges or reviews, and she does really well with series like Vlogmas or Vlogtober and things like this, and we'll see a bit of that through the different shorts and live streams on her channel. She posts frequently, so she's usually on at least once a week. I see she's got a couple of brand new videos. I'm just going to take one of these and put it into a special playlist I use. I call it my catch-up playlist, and it's so that I can keep or get caught up with creators. Playlist can be a great tool for that. And then she's got shorts on the channel as well here. This is where we get a look at some of those elaborate makeup looks, but pure variety like most creators in shorts. She's done well with 37,000 and 40,000 on another one, which is great. And then when we look at live streams, we see that it's been a while, but she's actually done a ton of StreamYard panels. I've joined her many times, both on her own channel and on others. And she's done a lot of interviews as well. I've been honored to have been interviewed by her on her channel, and she might even think about bringing those back. That Blue Moon, thank you for the super chat, by the way. We're going to look at your channel right after Leonica, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. I think I missed another channel coming in. The Crochet Queen is in the house. Good to have you back. And when we look at Makeup Mom and Son, we also know that this creator has a second channel running with her son, the son of Makeup Mom and Son. When we look at Caden Plays It, we see Mom helping son with the channel, of course, but here it is. We want to encourage this young creator by pushing them towards the first 100. They're at 55 right now. And then when we look through the videos, we see some product reviews. When we get into the live streams, we're going to see some video gameplay. And then when we look at shorts, we see pure random content here, but one of them's already over 2,200 views, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Makeup Mom and Son and Caden Plays It. And then let's look at Leonica next. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And Leonica's channel's coming up right now. This is another creator. I think she's been live pretty frequently, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. So she's on at least a few times a week, which is great. I haven't caught you in a while. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. I got notifications on for every single channel, of course. and we all do that. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. She's got some shorts over here. These are starting to move. One of them at 1,900 views, which is great to see. And then when we get into videos, she's just got a few here. We expect to see some more, but she'll give us an idea of the gaming reviews, online shopping that she'll do with inspiration, entertainment, and some motivation as well. So Leonica sitting at 1,600. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards the 1,700 we know she's going to be thinking about. And then thank you for another super chat. She's done that before, so has That Blue Moon, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, we look at those channels right away, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Cherinator from the UK is in the house. I got them on the wheel now. They happen to be a member. Like I said, we always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them. And then when we look at That Blue Moon, we see a creator who most often brings us video gameplay. They've actually been with us pretty much from the beginning, so it's interesting to see after 700 episodes of Tuber Chat, they're still coming around as often as they can to support others. They dropped a super chat. They've done that countless times before. That Blue Moon has a brand new video just from a couple days ago. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list, and that will give me a chance to catch up with them. And surviving 25 years in Jurassic World. I haven't ever seen that game, actually. I haven't ever played it anyway. Lots of Grand Theft Auto on the channel. That's my game of choice, of course. And then That Blue Moon's got some shorts here, and some of these have gotten into hundreds of views. One of them over 1,600. And I sure do love taxi missions in Grand Theft Auto. It's one of my favorite things. It's always the side missions. I either start creating havoc and then wait for the cops to come and then start flying helicopters and running away. Or I do all the side missions like the taxis were one of the most fun things. But it's great to see a bit of variety here. All the popular titles on That Blue Moon's channel. And like I said, they've been with us for many years, so I hope you'll connect with them and get some of that support coming back from yourself or for yourself as well. And thank you again, Leonica and That Blue Moon, for the super chats. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And then we're back to spinning the wheel right now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Look at the luck that Cherinator has today from the UK. They just got in here and they're chosen right away. The odds are ever in your favor today. And then Jose Fantasticville, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And when we look at Cherinator, we see more video gameplay, as a matter of fact. So let's look at their videos. It's been a while since they've actually posted a video itself, but they've got a lot of live streaming here. So they're on at least once a week, sometimes more often. They got quite a few different games on the channel. And what I'm going to do for Cherinator today is take the latest live stream replay. I'll use that in my catch-up list and get them an extra watch hour there. That one's almost an hour and a half, as a matter of fact. They got some shorts over here as well, and these have started to move into 700 views and beyond, which is great to see. And Cherinator, hopefully we'll see some more videos from. One of the things that I always forget to mention, and it's an important feature that YouTube gives us. Now, it depends on what platform you're using to be able to live stream. If you're on a computer doing different windows, or if you're using some of the apps on phones and things like that, some features are not available. But one of the features that YouTube gives us is a highlight feature. And what that means is that while you're live streaming, you can press a button, and that's either on the YouTube app, or I believe you can do it on YouTube in the web browser, so whether you're on a phone or not. And it will automatically cut a video of the last 5 minutes from when you press the button. And what I mean is the previous 5 minutes when you press that button. So I wonder if that could be useful to gaming channels. You know, when you're playing and you have some elaborate event that happens, you could cut a video very easily. It sits unlisted on your channel. You can change the thumbnail, change the title, and then get it published. But that's just an idea. And there's plenty of videos for us to see on Charinator when we get there, and they're getting close to 200 subscribers. So I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone as well. Follow the Bradley's Fun is in the house. Kelly Family Adventures just grabbed a membership, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, so I'm adding them right away. Now, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everyone's still active, we should get around to everyone. And thank you, Leonica. They're going to be live after as well, possibly while we're still on, which is okay. We know there'll be fresh content on their channel right after Superchat. There's Marketplace Boutique. I'm going to put her onto the wheel. And what we're going to do right now is go for a break for 3.5 minutes. And right before we do that, I'm going to play for you a clip from our new video podcast interview series. 4 episodes are now published, including the one we dropped this past Saturday. And what these are conversations that have gone on for anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long, with some featured channels who've been friends of ours for anywhere from 3 to 4 years now. All of these creators have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. You mentioned the idea of shorts, so that gives me an opportunity to jump right into that. So, you know, in every one of these interviews, I'm asking about opinions, about shorts, how we can get them to work for us. But you're the first creators that I'm talking to that have broken off into a shorts channel. I also noticed that you took the shorts off of the original channel. I'm assuming you uploaded the same ones over there. And now you have over 350 shorts on that channel. At last look, it was I think your fastest moving short video on the shorts channel, which is Unstable TV Shorts, has 22,000 views, and you're already at 768 subscribers. So the biggest thing that I think people are going to be wondering about that is, how do you feel about your decision to break your shorts off into their own channel?
So the reason we did it in the first place was because we felt like the shorts were distracting from our long form videos, because we were getting a lot of like views and attention on the shorts. But while we were doing shorts and long form at the same time, it's kind of like the long form was like pushed to the back.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So that's the reason why we split off into a shorts channel by itself. So we kind of use that for just, you know, like skits and memes and stuff, and then we use it for promotion videos for our main channel as well. So you said some of our highest viewed videos on the shorts channel, they are clips from our long form videos with the link to send it back. So we just kind of felt it didn't sit right with our channel to have it all together, so we said we'd try and split it and see if it worked.
Yeah, because when we first put them up, we had like you're saying about the YouTube algorithm and stuff, and you know, when you're watching the metrics go up and down. When we start putting the shorts up, the videos that would usually go up and probably after a week they performed the way they done were like pushed to the back. But how we felt from how we were watching our analytics, for anyone watching, do make sure you check the analytics out regularly. It does help. And there is a research tab as well, so check that out as well. It helps with your channel, because you get an idea where your viewers are coming in and what they're researching as well. Just a tip for everyone. On the main channel, it didn't sit for us, but even like scrolling up and down and like how it looked, we didn't like it. But we used the shorts as kind of a voice, like, you know, say things you can't really say on the main videos that might not like go with YouTube's policies. Like, we have a lot of fun with like pranking each other and stuff like that. Like, what we have noticed though with our shorts, anything to do with relationships or like pranks wise, that like skyrockets for us.
Wow.
Or if we do like, say like a trending meme, sometimes we might get something and sometimes not. But we've learned that like shorts really help us have like, you know, them crazy ideas where you just get a bit wild when you're filming on YouTube and you're like, I want to do this, or maybe this might look funny. It's kind of to make ourselves laugh, and then just go that direction with it, and just come up with crazy stuff then.
Here in these Tuber Chat live streams, you'll often hear me say that I've been on YouTube for over 7 years now, but I promise you I make as many mistakes as anyone, sometimes even more. So I forgot to spin the wheel before we went on our break there, but I spun it in the background. Sweet Acres Koi Farm came up, so we'll look at their channel in a second. I also noticed that Blester Crochet was talking about the idea of how to gift memberships on your own channel, because in some cases, most in fact, YouTube gives us the opportunity to gift up to 10 memberships per month for free. Now, you don't get any revenue for those, of course, but what happens is the people who receive them get the benefit or benefits that come along with the perks that you include in your memberships for 30 days or 1 month, and then they have the option to continue if they want to, or they can just let them lapse. And we don't get to pick who receives those gifted memberships. YouTube makes it almost like a lottery type system. Virtual Shopkeeper Didi's just grabbing a membership, or we're doing a membership right now, so thank you for that. I'm going to put them on the wheel. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Now, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat, and as long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. So I'm just going to show you how to do this. What I'll do is I'll whip my window over here for a quick second. We'll put it out, and we'll get back to Sweet Acres Koi Farm in a moment. But if I go to the same button we use for Super Chats and memberships, you're going to see a few different opportunities here, right? When we go on membership gifting, when you're on your own channel, usually what would happen is you would see the opportunity to gift 10 memberships there at the bottom. For whatever reason, I don't seem to have it here right now, which is the most odd thing. Yeah, so possibly because I haven't used them on this channel, and that's only to, I don't know, hold together the, value from the people who have legitimate memberships, let's just say, here on TuberChat. So that's just an idea, and forgive me, I was hoping I could show you how to do that, but it doesn't seem to want to be available for me right this second. So this is what I mean about saying it's available in some cases or most cases, but not necessarily all. So I don't really have an answer as to why that's not available right this second. But that would be how you do it. So you look in the gifted memberships there, or membership gifting it's called, and then look at the bottom, and it'll say you have the opportunity to gift 10 memberships. I think they're only available on channels that offer a membership of $4.99 or higher. But I could be wrong about that, so forgive me. I've been mistaken many times here in TuberChat and corrected many times as well. But everybody, I would suggest looking into all that stuff. Of course, we should be familiar with the terms of service and community guidelines. And when I look at Comic Journey, they say, do you think if you offer a membership, you should completely exclusive content for the members? So everybody has to make their own decision for their channel, right, as to what's appropriate based on your audience and what you want to present to them. The idea, ever since the App Store came around, people started using apps on their phone or playing games and things like this. The word freemium has become very popular and very extensively used across the internet. What that means is it's the idea of giving somebody a taste of something for free, much like we might walk through Costco and they give you samples, right? It costs the companies that provide the samples money to give that stuff away for free, and it costs even Costco money to have an employee stand there giving the stuff out for free. Whether that's sponsored or not, I don't know. But that's an example. The idea is if you try it and you like it, you might then start buying that product, right? So when we think about YouTube, the idea of memberships, you can put your content behind memberships, or what we might call a paywall, and what that means is members only content. There's lots of different things you could do. You can have a live stream where everybody can watch but only members can chat, or you can have a members only live stream where only they can watch and chat. You can do the same with videos, where only the members will be able to see them. And now YouTube's added a feature where we're able to put a video out for a level of memberships. Let's say here in TuberChat we have bronze, silver, and gold memberships. They offer a couple of different things, right? So I could put a video out for the gold members first, a week later or a day later put it out for the silver members, and the gold members would be included, of course. And then I could put it out the next week for the bronze members, and then all the members would be included. And then I could put it out for everyone afterwards. You could do any combination of those things. So these are just ideas. And like I said, we have to make our own decisions. Now, just so that everybody knows, here in TuberChat, there is no such thing as members-only content. In my own mind, which may be incorrect, the way that I think about memberships and super chats here, I would like to think of that kind of thing as something that somebody does after they've already gotten value out of being here. Now, whether that's right or not, of course, is a question up for everybody to decide themselves. And it's not that that's even a normal way to think about anything. Everybody has their own ideas, right? But we don't have members-only content here. We obviously have the benefit of being added to the wheel as soon as we see, members in the chat. but I've said it a million times before, that it is the least important part of what we're doing here in these live streams is having channels on the screen. So I got Sweet Acres Koi Farm on the screen right now. Charinator, we've already seen, but thank you so much. I forgot to put up his second channel. We'll look at that in a second, actually, because he dropped a super chat, and then we'll put his second channel up for a quick second. Forgive me for forgetting that. We always put Superchatters on the screen right away when that happens, or membership gifters. Members get on the wheel, and then we put, channels on the screen. Eventually, we'll get to channels from the chat. You do not have to super chat or be a member to ever get onto the screen or the wheel. We put as many channels on every day as we can. Those are just bonuses to speed things up. And forgive me while I'm dancing back and forth between ideas here. But we don't have members-only content on this particular channel. The other benefits are silver members get seen every day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live streams when I hit one of these different screens. Or gold members get their links dropped every 30 minutes or so by Nightbot, which we have seen. So these are just ideas. And then you'll notice like Streamlabs there, because Charinator just dropped a super chat, it comes behind with a link to their channel right away. That's a one-time thing, but these are just ideas. The least important part of what we do here is putting channels on the screen. It does not make everybody run to your channel. It is very possible that Sweet Acres Koi Farm could get 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 subscribers during the time that their channel's on the screen, because I'm talking about them, right? I'm about to tell you the story about this channel coming into Tuber Chat and what I know about the creator or the channel in a moment. I do that for every channel. But it doesn't result in 10 or 20 or 50 people coming to your channel. It really doesn't. That's why I called the channel Tuber Chat 4 years ago, because the magic really happens in the chat. And I knew from the beginning the most important thing is the conversations we're having in the chat so that friendships can start, because that's where you'll get a solid and strong foundation for your channel when your friends are watching your content. They truly care about your channel and your journey. They truly want to support you. It's the Bankroll. Good to see you in the house. Legal Minded Friends, Karen Cole, thank you for the addition there. And forgive me for all the channels I missed coming in. Michelin Spoiled Mama, good to see you in the house. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Michelin Spoiled Mama, I think is the right way to pronounce that. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Points Blank Travel is in the house. I just saw them on another panel the other day. I forget who they were with. I can't remember whose channel you're on. It's the Bankroll is in the house. And pardon me, I got to grab this. We'll be right back. I see 99 Midnight Gamer in the house, and hopefully I said hello to the Numismaniac. I got them on the wheel, of course. Forgive me for anybody that I missed, and usually we don't take so many breaks. I just have 2 important phone calls. That was one, and all is well. I just had to take them. It's tough sometimes when we do live streams in the day when things have to be taken care of, let's just say. But I appreciate everybody's patience, and we might have to do that one more time. We're going to talk about Sweet Acres Koi Farm in a quick second. Pardon me, because I'm rearranging my screens and everything else here right now. Charinator Chat just dropped a super chat. We looked at his original channel, but this is another one where he's got, I believe, some live streams going here. Yeah, so this is a brand new channel. He's on his way towards the first 100. He's almost halfway there now. Love to push him a little bit farther. And this is our dear friend Charinator, an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter from the UK. And he's been with us a long time now as a member, and he just dropped a super chat. Like I said, we always put those channels on the screen right away. Sweet Acres Koi Farm is coming up. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Musgrave Family Farm, good to see you in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Comic Journey's just asking about the streaming software. So I'm using Streamlabs Desktop, and it was built originally on OBS. We used to call it Streamlabs OBS, but they eventually broke off so much on their own that they just started adding their own stuff, and it's completely separate now. But Streamlabs, the biggest reason why I like it so much, I'll just show everybody for a quick second here, is there's a scheduling button at the bottom, and you can schedule out your live streams, and then you don't have to worry about stream keys and things like that, because it will automatically connect to the right one when it's time for you to stream. It makes it so easy, and it has almost as much available as OBS originally anyway. But thank you for asking. Duchess of Darkness, good to see you in the house. Bell's Whisper Farmstead's been with us for a while. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody, like I said. So Sweet Acres Koi Farm is fairly new to Tuber Chat. They've been with us a few months now, but they've already started sending over some friends, for which I'm grateful. If you look at their sub count, they're sitting right on the verge of 1,000 subscribers. They might even have that today. So let's do something for them. Some of you may have seen the website Social Blade, and it's a free website that's got a few fun tools when you're looking at things like YouTube. But one of the things that you'll recognize from a lot of different channels is when they put the live sub count on the screen. So they've changed this over a long period of time, and I know the number starts out inaccurate. After a minute or two, it will sort itself out, and it'll show the 998 that we're expecting for Sweet Acres Koi Farm right now. And I know there's a super chat coming through in the chat. I'm going to talk about that in a second. That's from our dear friend, the Numismaniac, with a second very special channel. So Sweet Acres Koi Farm, we'll keep an eye on that and see if you can get your 1,000 subscribers today. And then cruising on the high season travel. So StreamYard doesn't have all the bells and whistles that Streamlabs and OBS do. So you notice in the bottom corners of the screen, I've got slides running. Those are for our members and moderators. And then in the bottom middle of the screen, you see that list. That's like an event list. All the super chats and memberships and things like that show up there. Just another little bit of exposure. And then under my camera is a thing called the Stream Boss. And that's like a little video game life meter. That's just another widget. And the webcam, of course, and I can use green screens and stuff like that. And then the way that I'm using this, I have a second monitor, so my entire second monitor is in this big window that's got the circle, like the wheel, and the screen, the channel on the screen, if that makes sense. And apparently you can use StreamYard and Streamlabs together. I couldn't get it to do what I wanted when I tried, because I still want our background music running. That's all our copyright-free music. But I haven't tried in a long time. So you could, then you get the benefit of both, but Streamlabs has enough included, and there's other widgets and things like that that can be added. Things like overlays and this and that, if that makes sense. And then, pardon me if I've missed anything in the chat. Jay the Motivator, good to see you in the house. They've been making frequent appearances here. They were here the other day. And if anybody needs me to elaborate on that, just please mention it in the chat. And Sweet Acres Koi Farm, like I said, is at 998. We'll see if this Social Blade thing is going to work. But we'll leave it up for a while and see. Sweet Acres Koi Farm has a brand new video as well. Brand new to me. It's about a week and a half ago, but I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them. This is a channel I'm still getting to know. They've been with us many times, though, already. And like I said, have already sent over some friends, for which I'm grateful. When we look at their shorts, we see they've gotten into almost 4,000 views. One at almost 8,000. That continues to grow. Why do I feel like that's a different... I feel like that looks different than the last time I saw it, but I might be mistaken. And then live streams as well. So they got a live stream coming up later this month. And they just did one yesterday. Wow. So it looks like they're doing these, yeah, sporadically. It could be every week to a couple weeks, this and that. We'll keep an eye on the channel. We always have notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. PK Adventure Travels, good to see you in the house. And Santa Claus North Pole, Canada, dropped a video, or pardon me, a super chat just a moment ago. So I'm going to look at their channel right now, then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Oh, there they go. Okay. So, pardon me. Yeah, I guess the Social Blade thing hasn't been working properly for a while. But Corinne's Life, thank you for that. So, Sweet Acres Koi Farm, there you go. You got your 1,000 subscribers right now. Now, I know it's easier said than done. But what I would recommend is continue working on it. If you have time to stick around today, of course, I'll appreciate it. But here in Superchat, if you can grab a few more friends and get that 1,000 locked in, I always recommend trying to push to 1,005 or 1,010. Many of us know what it's like to hit an important milestone and then slide back below and have to get it back again. We never wish that on anybody. So congratulations, Sweet Acres Koi Farm. And they've been supporting. They've been here with us almost every stream, I think, since finding us a few months ago. So thank you, everybody who connected with them. If you haven't already, they're obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So I'd love for everybody to connect with them right now. Lewis Acre Farm Karma, good to see you in the house. Now, Santa Claus North Pole, Canada dropped a super chat, and thank you for that. They've done that countless times before. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. This is actually our dear friend, the Numismaniac, a fellow Canadian from Edmonton, Alberta. And this is a special channel that they put out. And what they allow here is the possibility for us to get messages to and from Santa Claus, which I think is really, really cool. And I guess they've already got the channel active and rolling. They actually do a Christmas in July kind of thing as well. But they have got this channel ready to go already. So anybody can connect with them. They got 295 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards the 300 they're thinking about. But if you watch a couple of these, you'll get the idea that these messages to and from Santa Claus are really, really cool. Shorts on the channel now. One of them's over 1,000 views, which is great. And they've even done a few live streams, which is fantastic as well. So I'm going to show you their original channel, the Numismaniac, where we talk, or they talk, about numismatic collectible coins, other valuable collectibles, and precious metals and things like that as well. Pretty witty and risky. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. When we look at the Numismaniac, we see 1,000 subscribers on this channel as well. Well deserved, of course. This is obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. When we look through this channel, we're going to talk a lot of history, as a matter of fact. He did a coin challenge, which included giveaways recently, and it was very cool because he promoted the idea of us doing our own research, if we want to call it that way. So what he did was put out a challenge. You had to go and learn something in order to be able to answer a question that would allow you to be part of the giveaway. So that's a cool idea, and they were doing that for a while. The Numismaniac typically talks about prepping and precious metals, like I said, and a lot of numismatics and other collectibles. They got a lot of StreamYard panels too. I'll show you those when we get over to the live page. But on the shorts, one of them's got 1,700 views, and you see some of that famous Canadian winter weather there as well. Live streams on the channel are fairly frequent. Looks like they're on about once a month. There's the skipper right there, usually with StreamYard panelists joining them. And like I said, obviously a long-time generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So I hope everybody will connect with them, help them keep their 1,000 locked in as well. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead, good to see you in the house. And thank you so much for another gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We always put super chatters and membership gifters up onto the screen right away in order. We're going to look at them right after another moment here. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything in the chat. And yeah, Corinne's Life has been a member for almost 4 years. You see, she took over our Stream Boss position there. I was talking about that. That's one of the widgets that's included with Streamlabs Desktop, but you can use it as an overlay even if you're using XSplit or OBS or another system. And what that is, a video game life meter. Every Super Chat and membership knocks a little bit of life off of the Stream Boss, and highlighted milestone messages, which are free bonuses, are included as well. The last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure, so that's now Corinne's Life. She's held that position many times before. The other thing we have to remember about all these technical widgets and systems on not just YouTube, but OBS or StreamYard or Streamlabs and Stream Elements and all these other things, is that they don't necessarily work perfectly every single time. So you notice that Corinne's Life is now the Stream Boss, but it didn't put her avatar on. There's no way to fix that. It's just a bit of a glitch. But these are the things we live with when we're dealing with software and online services. Bose Pixel, good to see you in the house. That's a longtime friend. She's been with us about 4 years as well. She has a lot of posting, I believe, on Instagram. Forgive me if I'm not sure if you do TikTok as much, but I see Bose Pixel stuff. And then our Georgia Suburban Homestead, like I said, gifted a membership. So we always put, pardon me, we always put membership gifters and super chatters onto the screen right away, but we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. And very soon I'll add another name to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged on the live stream or in the chat over the course of the live stream. When we look at our Georgia Suburban Homestead, we see some more homesteading, but they want to talk to us about growing our own food in a residential neighborhood more than anything else. They've got a little short video here. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. They've got official shorts on the channel. These have gotten into almost 6,000 views, one over 10,000, which is great to see. And then live streams. They're live frequently, so they were on just a few days ago. I'm not sure how I missed that one, but hopefully I'll catch you for another. I got notification bells on for every single channel, of course. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. I Died NDE, Near-Death Experiences, is another channel from this same creator. And this is where they're not only sharing their own near-death experiences, but looking for others to share, experiences that are similar. So I hope everybody will connect with our Georgia Suburban Homestead on this second channel. They're well beyond halfway towards their first 100 subscribers over here. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. Andy's Journeys is coming in and heavy hitting again, as he has been doing frequently lately. I certainly do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated. And like I keep saying, we put membership gifters and super chatters onto the screen right away when that happens. So we'll look at Andy's Journeys right now, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. I can't for the life of me remember whether I caught Pretty Witty and Risky for a birthday stream. I know I caught them just a couple of days ago. I can't remember which day it was. They stream frequently, but I just caught them a few days ago. But hopefully you enjoyed your birthday. If I did miss it, I'm so sorry. I try to be there for everybody's birthdays, and especially monetization celebrations and things like anniversaries and this and that. Anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. Andy's Journeys from Chattanooga, Tennessee is a obviously over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They have been for a long time. When we look at Andy's Journeys, we see that this creator's growing really rapidly. They got a brand new video. They just put this out today, as a matter of fact. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them. We look at some of their more popular videos. You'll see they're really doing well here. Almost 30,000 on one, 55,000, 60,000. These are videos. These are not shorts, and then when we do go look over at the shorts, we see that these have started to get into 10,000 views and beyond as well. So what Andy's going to do is take us to a lot of different places to be explored. Some of them are touristy type destinations. You get the idea from the thumbnails here, but some of them are lesser known ideas. So you know how if you had somebody visiting you, it doesn't matter where you live. Somebody might say, oh, show me around your area. But because you're what we call a local, then you'll be able to show them things that they don't always get to see, because, you know, like for somebody living in Toronto, of course, they'd go to the CN Tower. It would be the first thing everybody does, but there's lots more to, you know, Toronto, for instance, or Niagara Falls. There's a lot to see down there. I just happen to split my time between both of those cities, but those are examples. So Andy's Journeys, based in Chattanooga, Tennessee, but will take us to other places when he travels as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Andy's Journeys. He's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for as long as I can remember. I think it's well beyond 3 years now, if I'm not mistaken. And I'd love for everybody to get some of that support coming back to them as well. Yes, what about a mustard list? I haven't done that yet. The catch-up list reigns supreme here in Tuber Chat for now. Let's spin the wheel, and thank you one more time, Andy's Journeys, for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Virtual Shopkeeper DD is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on their channel. I know I missed a question there. Shorts have been getting attention lately again. Do I think it's an algorithm thing? Possibly, yeah. The algorithm changes frequently. So what you're going to notice is every few months, usually actually sometime between now and the time change again, which is around the end of October. I think it happens right after Halloween, right? You're going to notice that some of the channels you've been seeing every day or every week, you're going to start seeing different channels. Some you haven't seen in a long time, and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about them. Like what, you know, or something like that. Or you're just not going to see like the same channels you've been seeing every day. YouTube really flips things around all the time. Reddit is broken again today. The sharing thing so that we can share videos on Reddit easily. So I whined to them on Twitter this morning about that. But they're changing things all the time. So it certainly is possible that shorts might be getting a bit of a bump again. They were really getting a lot of push when they started. It seemed to have slowed down. We haven't really been hearing a lot of great, success stories with shorts lately. We know that a lot of creators have been getting into thousands of shorts. It just doesn't seem to be as abundantly as before or a few months ago. But yeah, if they're getting exposure again, that's great. And then there was one other thing that was mentioned. Oh, pardon me. Let's see if I can find the question in the chat. Shorts and homesteading channels. Yes, when we talk about homesteading, here in the Tuber Chat family, about 3.5 years ago, there was this influx of homesteading channels. And I know that's a long time, but Tuber Chat's been here for getting on 4.5 years. It's soon going to be 4.5 years. So after about a year, these homesteading channels started to come in. But I think there is similarity and generosity between the creators behind those types of channels. And I group a lot together, like gardening, farming, ranching, and a few others. They want to share knowledge with each other and with others. And I think that, especially after the pandemic and everything else, YouTube really exploded. So there's a lot to learn. And people who otherwise might not have been searching for homesteading channels are now starting to see a lot of the real benefit. Groceries have gotten unbelievably expensive, and I think more and more people are starting to learn about container gardening or simply growing herbs in their own homes and things like that. These are just my imagination telling me this, but this is what I see not just on YouTube. Facebook posts that I see every day, things they see on Instagram Reels, and I know that's the algorithm targeting me because probably my YouTube following has so much homesteading in it that it bleeds over into the other networks as well. But you might have noticed the same thing. Lots of people teaching each other how to do hacks around the home, ways to save money, ways to make things more convenient, and things like that. So I think that all kind of blends together, if that makes any sense. But if people are finding success with shorts right now, then absolutely, my recommendation is always to put out as much content as you can, as long as it's quality, and it's not up to me or anybody else to decide what quality is for you. You know what I mean? Thank you, Butler Family Farm. Backyard Trucker. I just caught you. I caught Backyard Trucker live about 20 minutes before Tuber Chat was about to start. And just as I got in there, he's like, okay, guys, I'm going to end this live right now. I think he was waiting to pick up a load, if I'm not mistaken. Little Lego, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Nisa Faraway, good to see you in the house as well. And again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Cabaret Gaming's in the house. Word up to you. Yes, Little Lego, thank you for coming in. And Virtual Shopkeeper DD is up here right now. So they got quite a few live streams ready to go. I'm going to set notifications for those. We always set notifications for everything we see. And they've got a couple more videos here, but these are typically used to, I believe, promote the live streams more than anything else. It looks like they got something brand new here, making some custom caramels, which will be interesting. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 7,000 views on one of these, which is great to see. And a lot of it looks like homesteading type content there. But when we get into the live streams, we're going to see these auction style streams. And I've mentioned it many times because now we've got a good handful of channels that do these. We've actually got one channel that only does this. But what these are basically a live auction where the hosts, even in StreamYard panels, when they bring on guests, will put things on the screen. You can bid right then and there, and then it's like a sale. It's kind of fun, and a lot of times fast-paced and very high energy as well. Rambling with the Brooms is on the wheel. That is Scott, another fellow Canadian, a beloved and dedicated moderator, and now a member again. And then just Jason Keto and more. Good to see you in the house. My truck's in the shop, so I did an earlier stream today, hoping that I can, if they can get it fixed. There's a few things they got to do, but I'll hopefully get it tonight. But I had to move things around. Jason's usually working, and I'm assuming not able to come in at this time. But thanks for coming in. And thank you, everybody, for giving your opinions as well about shorts and what you're finding. Because the more, it's not that we have to teach each other and necessarily learn from each other every day. I think we do inadvertently, just by everybody giving their opinion as to whether shorts have worked for them or not worked for them over the last few weeks. It gives everybody an idea of the temperature out there. You know what I mean? So that if you're finding success with shorts, you're like, oh yeah, this is good. I'm, a part of this. If you're not finding success, you're like, okay, I got a couple more things I could do. But the other thing I can mention, especially when we're talking about shorts, it's very easy to forget. You can still set a description. You can still put tags in there. And you can plan these things to go out afterwards. And what I mean by that is you can schedule them out. You don't have to put them up right away. You can schedule a date and time for those. And the longer in advance you schedule something, the more time YouTube's algorithm has to pick it up and catalog it and let it percolate in the system so that when it's time for it to go out, it can push it out in the right places the right way, if that makes sense. If we just pop a video out, the algorithm's learning while it's out there, as opposed to having a couple of days to read the tags and descriptions and things. These are just ideas. It may matter less than I think it does, but I believe it matters a lot more than we're led to believe, if that makes sense. YouTube is not very clear about a lot of different things, if that makes sense. Pumpkins in Wonderland, good to see you back in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then, yeah, Andy's Journeys, it's become more work. Even on YouTube, I'm sure we're all going to agree YouTube is more work than we thought it was going to be before we start. But now shorts have become its own type of work. What I have been able to do on my personal channel, I'm behind again, I haven't put out a video in a couple months and this and that. But what I was doing for a while there is filming and planning the shot, if this makes sense. When you've got your phone and you're filming like this, you can plan to have the main content in the center area. And the idea is then it will be easy to cut shorts out. And not that I want to self-promote, but like for instance, I love vinyl records. I'll show you this again on my wall. I got some vinyl records up there. I still buy those things today. But on my personal channel, I did a couple of videos where I basically unboxed them and talked about them, if that makes any sense. But I filmed the last couple of those videos in a way that allowed me to chop shorts out, many from each video. It's not always possible, but in a lot of cases you can do that. Some creators are now walking around with more than one camera or phone at a time. I actually have I got a new GoPro, but I haven't had one in a long time. I have a 5 and a 12 now, but the 5 still works. 5 still shoots 2.7K, which can be upscaled. Nobody can tell the difference. That's not 4K. And they make adapters so that you can, if you have a chest mount like I like to use, you can put the GoPro on your chest and it will have one horizontally and then one hanging off the side vertically, so you can film both at the same time if you want to. And you can live stream like that as well. Living Large with L Crew, good to see you in the house. I think you got a new avatar there. Together We Travel, good to see you here. Mr. and Mrs. Lady, good to have you here also. And for anybody that's brand new, hopefully you're feeling welcome. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Oh, Jomo's Creation. Oh, pardon me, Joe Mouse Creations. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming back in. They're a member. I'm going to put them on the wheel right away. And Bella's Whisper Farmstead dropped a super chat. So that's going to be the next channel that we're going to look at. We're going to go for another break now for 3.5 minutes. And right before we do that, I'm going to play for you another clip from our interview podcast series. I'll get a name onto the wheel while we're going on that break as well. The interview series has 4 episodes that have been published now. These are conversations that have gone on for an hour or longer each with 4 different creators that have all been longtime friends of us here in the Tuber Chat family. And then, so Scratch and PPA, is there a limit? Ashley's question is there a limit on the number of tags you can use? So it's not a limit on the number of tags. It's a limit on the number of characters you can use in that section. So you can have a tag as long as you want. You can have, like, Virtual Shopkeeper DD can literally have like live auction with friends as one tag. And then they could do live auction as another tag. And then they could do auction as a tag, live as a tag. So 500 characters. But YouTube won't let you put more than you're able to. What I recommend is to fill that out completely. I'm just going to show you a website here, Rapid Tags. So I use TubeBuddy as my #1 tool. I have affiliate links in the video descriptions, of course. If you haven't already seen it, it helps me out if you use those. But if you're really in a rush and you just want to get something done quickly, you can go to this Rapid Tags website and just type in auction, and it automatically gives you the right number of tags. And I don't mean number, but like enough tags to fill out the section almost completely without going over. A very quick tool to use, and I'll put the link for that in the chat if anybody wants to see it. And then hashtags. Hashtags is another thing. I think YouTube really started not using those tags the way they intended. They were really pushing the idea of that a long time ago, and it seems to have simmered down a little bit. You cannot use more than 14 hashtags in total between your title or description, or YouTube clearly tells us that they may ignore all of them. So I wouldn't put more than that. Most creators are just putting 2 or 3 like they do on Instagram or Twitter. Instagram, I believe you can put up to 30, but I almost never put more than 25. For every social network that you use, it's worth looking up a little bit of, like, you know, how to use it properly. And I have another website for that as well. I'll show everybody. Social Media Examiner. This is my go-to, and it has been forever, probably 10 years now. This is where I go to find out the new trends in what is happening, where professionals are using social media, usually for clients and things like that. You can make money as a social media manager or coordinator. It's a new popular job now, right? So that's an idea. But when you're using Instagram, for instance, it's recommended not to use the same number of tags day after day. So if you're putting up a post today and you put 24 tags in it, you want to put 23, 25, 26 the next day, and then 22 one day. You understand what I mean? And then in Twitter, ideally, you only want to use 1 or 2 hashtags. If you start trying to flood the system, your content just doesn't seem to hit the way it's supposed to. That's apparently. And then these are just ideas. Like I said, you'll get an example of the things I do if you follow the Tuber Chat accounts. So, next up, Bella's Whisper Farmstead, Kristen. And what I'm going to do is play for one of these clips again from our interview series. This one is from this past Saturday. All of the creators featured have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So Edna, thank you for all of this. You mentioned comments earlier quickly, and that's one of the things that comes up in every interview. Of course, we're going to talk about likes, views, subs, and everything else, but comments are a very important part of our interaction with our audience. So what can you tell us in your experience of 8 years now about how to entice more comments on your video shorts and streams?
I can't remember who told me this, but years ago somebody told me, I think I was watching like somebody that I always watched, and one of the things that they said to grow your channel was to always give your audience a job to do.
Okay.
Always give them a call to action, because that's going to keep the people engaged. So if I'm talking about cruising, you know, and then you just kind of have to know how to just ease it into your sentence. So it's like, you know, thanks for watching, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. But then also if I'm talking about a specific thing, like the slot pool, I'll say, you know, have you ever participated in a slot pool? Leave a comment, let me know, and
Right.
say that. And it's like you're just saying it so naturally that people aren't even realizing that you're making them be engaged, because now they want to tell you their experience.
Yes.
The slot pool. If I'm doing regular life vlogs, like I'm notorious for not liking to try new things.
Okay,
So everybody's always trying to make me eat new foods, and I'm like, you know, have you ever eaten this? What you put, you know, we have a big debate about grits. I don't know if you eat grits. You know, does sugar go on grits, sugar or salt? So that's always, you know, give people something to talk about, and they'll have to, you know, give you their experience. Another thing is to sort of have like an intro and an outro.
Okay.
If I'm doing a live stream or whatever, it's just like, hey guys, come in. If I'm doing a video, it's, you know, hey guys, happy whatever day it is. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. If I'm doing a sit down video, then I say, you know, hey guys, you know, welcome back. Thank you for clicking this video. Because I feel like a sit down is so much different than a vlog. With the vlog is like me talking to my friends. Hey y'all, this is where we're going to Target today. Let's walk around Target. But if I'm sitting down, that means I'm doing something real specific. I'm only talking about what the topic is. So thank you for clicking this video, because thank you, you have an interest in this particular topic.
All right, we're just about back. We're going to talk about Bella's Whisper Farmstead. They dropped a super chat right before we went on break there. And hopefully everybody's enjoying those clips that I've been playing before the short breaks, because they're just a tiny example of what's available in our interview series. Each of those conversations went on for at least an hour, and all of those creators are long past their 10,000 subscribers now. So the interviews are full of their opinions. And what I tried to do was leave my own opinion out of it most of the time, so that you really get an idea of what they have to say, you know, because I think we're all striving towards 10,000, and I believe wholeheartedly that anybody that wants to have 10,000 can get there. 100,000 only becomes questionable because it can take years, and we don't know what the world or YouTube is going to look like 3 years from now. Starika is in the house. Good to see you here. And Jean is in the house. We've been saying hello to them. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Consume the Goodness is here. That's Kendra. And yes, hopefully I'm not missing anyone. So Bella's Whisper Farmstead is going to talk about homesteading on a budget. This is Kristen and Mike together, usually Kristen on the channel. I'm just going to grab the latest video. Somebody's just mentioning this right now. Yeah, Marketplace Boutique must have already seen this video. I haven't seen it yet. So I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep or get caught up with them. I get choked up over everything. You may not expect it, but I swear I do. So that kind of thing, some of you remember me talking about a few different, let's say, unfortunate things on YouTube, and it chokes me up pretty quick. But I always enjoy seeing that kind of thing. So it looks like a positive message in that video. I'll look forward to that. Bella's Whisper Farmstead, like I said, homesteading on a budget. They really put a lot of thought and consideration into not just the content in the videos, but what videos to make. And I talked about this earlier, but a lot of our homesteading friends I find have similar generosity, if not all of them, wanting to share knowledge and resources with each other and with others. So I think no matter who anybody is, they've got a lot that can be learned from any, homesteading channel. And I group a lot together. Like I said, I talk about farming, ranching, gardening, obviously, and then as well, sometimes I even like to work in fishing, camping, and other outdoor channels, just because of the similarity in content and, like I said, generosity and intention of the creators. Then live streams on the channel as well. So I missed the latest one they did. Hopefully I'll catch them for the next one. They're probably due for another one. And we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. 1,500, we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 1,600 we know they're thinking about. Yeah, I wish that stuff wouldn't bother me, and used to wonder about that. I used to always think like, hey, everybody should be able to control every thought that goes through your head. And I certainly don't know anything about biology or truly about psychology beyond marketing or anything like that. But I have recently learned over the last several years or so that there is a part of the brain, I believe it's called the amygdala, and it's at the bottom, at the back of your head here. And what happens is we think that, somebody might see something like a spider or a snake, and, they're scared of it. Like somebody like me, I don't like yellow jackets and bees and hornets and things like that. I've been stung a few times, right? And I wish that I wouldn't react and start swatting everything all over the place, but I promise you I still do. We think you should be able to control your thoughts. However, and my understanding now is that sometimes things happen, but your brain works so fast that the chemical reaction is already set off before the conscious thought gets, through your mind and you're able to process that. It happens at lightning speed, but one happens before the other, so you really can't control yourself. So I have a hard time. I think about I say my children, I got a son and a niece and a nephew, And between them, you know, my imagination tells me they will all someday be married. I will insist I absolutely must speak at their weddings, but I don't know how I'm going to get through it at the same time, right? So it's funny when I think about it that way. But I wish the stuff wouldn't affect me the way that it does, but it always does. I've gotten better over the years, especially here in Tuber Chat. You know, sometimes people will come through the chat, and I'm not talking about our friends. I'm talking about like trolls or people who are just looking for attention and stuff, and they'll say like the most awful things are happening to them and their family and stuff like that. But now that, you know, after you've been on YouTube for a few years, you will have seen the same types of things being said and the same behavior over and over. It will likely start to affect you less because you'll be like, okay, I know that that's not real. Somebody's just looking for everybody to, oh, I'm so sorry. Please call me. Let me help you. Let me talk to you. And, you know, things like that. And I'm strictly talking about trolling when I'm talking like that, but I'm sure most of you have seen a little bit of that as well. So, Michael's Adventures, a beloved and dedicated moderator. He's been with us from the beginning as well. He's here for every stream he can be. His work schedule will take him away a little bit. Same reason I'm not here, you know, often on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. I struggle to get streams in, at least during the good weather months. Michael's Adventures actually has a job where he ends up doing 20,000 steps a day on average, I think, and still goes for walks the rest of the time. He just did another walk around stream. And I remember I said to him, like, yeah, keep the walks coming. This is a creator that's got over 3,700 videos in total on his channel. Those are videos and shorts combined. He posts every single day at 9 a.m. Eastern, and then on the days that he doesn't work or the weekends, he might post at least twice a day. Today he's got actually a premiere coming up for us right after Tuber Chat. So in another hour and a half, we'll go over to his channel, see his latest wildlife video, and then everybody can continue to connect with each other and make more friends over there. All of our moderators allow that, of course. So Michael's Adventures features a lot of raccoons, deer, foxes, bird watching on the channel. Sometimes he takes us for a walk around or a drive along video. Lots of stories to be told. One of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 7 years on YouTube. He gives a lot of help to people, especially when it comes to the idea of watch hours. And of course, everybody's free to swap with each other here, playlists and things like that to help with watch hours. Sometimes he'll bring some random content into a shorts video, lots of lottery ticket scratching here, and then even a slot game on a tablet, or sometimes he takes us outdoors. So hopefully everybody will connect with Michael's Adventures, and like I said, we're going to get a great look at his channel in about an hour and a half when we go over there for today's premiere. And then Fabric Studio, good to see you in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat, and Canadian Family Life is coming up. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Pardon me, I'm going to try to calm my voice down a little bit. I've been screaming again. Sometimes when we live stream, we start to really like yell at the camera. It's absolutely unnecessary, but we just find ourselves doing it. I have to remind myself, otherwise my voice starts to disappear. But I'll try to calm it down a little bit. Canadian Family Life is here from New Brunswick, and this is another channel I typically will group in with a lot of homesteading channels because of the types of things we see. A lot of grocery hauls, a lot of cooking videos, lots of shout outs for other creators, happy mail videos and unboxings on the channel, lots of family togetherness. Actually, they get the whole family involved on the channel. I'm just going to grab the latest video. This looks like they're focusing on the container garden. I've always spoken highly of this because they do an impeccable job with this container garden. And it's funny because even this week I was out doing some work, And some of you know that I do like construction work on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. It may seem odd, why would a computer guy be doing that? But I found myself needing work like, I don't know, 10 years ago. So I worked with a friend for a season, and a couple years later I found myself needing some work again. So I've been doing that ever since. And construction always pays. I call it construction, but it's really like light stuff that we do. But we work in asphalt and concrete and this and that. What I noticed the other day going through a bit of a condo complex, though, there's townhouses that are all beside each other. They don't have large properties, but a lot of people are doing gardening in there. And what I noticed is, even though they have a yard and they could put a garden in the ground like what my parents had when I was a kid, they've got all of their vegetables growing in containers like Home Depot buckets and stuff like that. So I think our homesteading friends are really onto something, because I know that this kind of thing is being taught all the time. Now, in the case of Canadian Family Life, they're doing this indoors, and I'll show you Tiffany's husband's channel right after this, and you'll see a video where he's actually working on the grow lights for their container garden. When we look at shorts on this channel, we see that these have gotten into 2,500, 2,800, 5,500 views and beyond, and then live streams as well. I missed the birthday live stream, so forgive me for that. I try to catch them. It's been a long time since I caught you for a live stream. I'm hoping I can catch another one. I got notification bells on for every single channel. And of course, Canadian Family Life is monetized. It's one of the fastest growing channels in the Superchat family, actually. I think the biggest reason for that is because of the support that Tiffany gives to everyone. She's literally seeming to be everywhere all the time. I know we got a few creators that I talk like that about, but it absolutely is the case. Broken Hearts Ministry, good to see you in the house. That makes sense, driving daily. Yeah, easier to deal with a lot of things, I'm sure. King Morgan, good to see you here. That makes sense, yep. Container gardening on a patio and things like that. I haven't grown anything in a very long time. Yeah, Prez is able to keep it cool. Him and Lisa J. Stocks do a lot of live streaming together, and they're able to have conversation at a normal level, but I'm just screaming. I feel bad because I'm screaming like through an office, and even if people can't hear me, this is one of those co-working offices, right? So there's like, I don't know, 40 or 50 offices on this floor. But they can hear me through the vents. I know that for sure, because whenever people have had arguments or fights and things like that, which has been rare, I'm amused by that stuff as much as anybody, but I've heard that too. So, yeah, hopefully I'm not disturbing everybody's day. I usually don't do streams this early. That's kind of why I do them at 4 p.m. most of the time Eastern, is because these guys will have all finished their work day, so I'm not disturbing everyone. Yarn again, good to see you in the house. I missed your live stream today, so forgive me for that, but I am going to put you on the wheel right now. Rushing Wind Mountain's in the house as well. They're here for just about every single stream. Outdoors is the worst. I actually ruined somebody's meal one day. It was the first day, I believe, after the pandemic restrictions were lifted in Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, where I actually live. We went out to a restaurant that day, and we were talking and streaming, and I'd been on for an hour. And then somebody just said to me as I walked by them, are you just about done? Because I'd like basically destroyed their whole meal, and I wish they said something earlier, but you know, they shouldn't have to, right? So it's just an idea. Now, as an idea, I don't want to recommend this to anybody, but if you are going to do a live stream in a public place like a restaurant, a suggestion is to have the camera in a corner and a table where you can actually face that corner. That way, if you are loud, you're doing it to the wall, not to the whole restaurant, and you get a better view that way of everything, right? If you make it very clear to everybody that you've got a camera on and you're filming, most people won't be very upset about it. You always have to be careful, or respectful, I would say, if you want to film something. If somebody doesn't want to be filmed, I find it's better not to like argue with them. Just say, yeah, no problem, I just won't film you, you know, and this and that. So, Gene, all the channels here in the Tuber Chat family are different. Everybody does different content. You might see a lot of similar channels, like you'll see a lot of homesteading channels or a lot of vloggers or a lot of lottery ticket scratching and things like that. But essentially, every single channel has a different type of content. So it's not one particular thing overbearing that makes any of these channels any more popular than any others, if that makes any sense, if I'm understanding you right. Chris's Creation Fun is the husband of Tiffany from Canadian Family Life, and I wanted to show this to you because here's a video where he's working on grow lights for the container garden that we just saw in her video. So he started with some 3D printing. He fixes the 3D printer as well. He's getting into some do-it-yourself type videos, as you can see, and shorts on the channel have started as well. So Chris's Creation Fun is now past their 100 subscribers. It's an exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey, and we'd love to push him a little bit farther towards the 200 they're thinking about. And then legal-minded friends Karen Cole is an attorney from the UK. She's coming up right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. When we look at the screen, we see legal-minded friends Karen Cole. Now, there's obviously a big difference between legal advice and legal information. But if you're at all in the presence of an attorney, they can let you know very clearly which you are receiving. In the meantime, legal-minded friends Karen Cole is somebody who's building a catalog of legal information on her channel. So she's got a brand new video here. I'm just going to put this into my catch-up list, and that's the playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. But you'll see a lot of different ideas here, a lot of different subjects actually, and she even gets into live streams and discusses different topics with different people. Yellow Shirt Dad's over here, for instance, as a longtime friend. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of those live streams sometime soon. And then shorts on this channel as well. I've gotten into 2,600, even 4,200 views and beyond. And all of her shorts are seeming to be in line with her long-form content. And she's monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get to her channel. She's been a long-time generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So I hope everybody will connect with legal-minded friends Karen Cole. And we'll spin the wheel. We'll get to Corinne's Life, a beloved and dedicated moderator and member on the channel. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And Corinne's Life is up on the screen right now. She was actually live earlier. She has a channel that encompasses everything that is Corinne's Life. So for lack of a better term, I would consider Corinne's Life a vlogger, because she often vlogs the different things that she does. Sometimes she makes official vlogs on her channel. They're one of the most popular types of video on the channel. She does a lot of grocery hauls. She could do a cooking video. She could be taking us for an outdoor adventure, product reviews, and she's got a brand new short video here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to get caught up with her in her videos a little bit. She's monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. She's got shorts over here featuring some of that famous Canadian winter weather from Nova Scotia, and her shorts have gotten into 18,000, 34,000, one over 77,000, which is great to see. And then live streams are frequent. So like I said, I caught her this morning. I've been on her StreamYard panels many times, both on her channel, and we've joined many other people together. Corinne's Life has been a dear, dear, dear friend for a very long time. She's been with us pretty much from the beginning, and like I said, is a beloved and dedicated moderator here as well. She's working on 2,800 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. Some of you have seen her merchandise. She prints everything from hats to mugs to t-shirts and just about anything that can be printed. She actually did our vinyl stickers, so she does those for those of you who are needing those for your channel, and then anything else that can be printed pretty much. And Lighthouse and Anchor Designs is the name of her company, and then she often will show us, like this morning in her live stream, how she produces a lot of that merchandise. She lets us watch her work. Jean, how do you feel about doing videos in both English and Spanish? The best suggestion I would have for that is to consider, I would always try and then see how the audience reacts to that. The other thing too, you can localize a lot of different things, including your closed captions. So you can make a video in one language and have the captions come up in another, if that makes sense. Or you could consider the idea of making two videos each time, if that, it's a lot of work, but you could. Or mixing up the English and Spanish together. I haven't had to do anything like that, so I'm just literally imagining while I'm not putting a lot of thought into the answer. But these are ideas. One of the things I love about YouTube is that we can change our mind a million times. So we can try something, see if we like it, and then you can always film something and not use it. You can always put up a video and then delete it, which I don't recommend, but you can. You know what I mean? And I've done that kind of thing many times. So these are just ideas. My biggest recommendation, a lot of times you'll see people try something once. Like possibly put up a shorts video and it only gets like 50 views, and then people are like, oh, that didn't work. It's not that. We can't base on one. Usually I recommend people do a series of 10 videos. So if you want to do an English-Spanish combination, try 10 times, 10 or 12 times. See if you like it then, because you can always delete it. And I promise you, 2 years from now, it's not going to matter whatever you did today, right? Not the way we think it does today. So you can try that, and your audience will help you understand what they want from you. You don't necessarily want to turn your channel into a democracy where you're saying, what should we do? But if you give people an option and you say, like, even if you put out a community post or a poll during a live stream and you said, what would everybody prefer? Would you prefer that I make a video that is half English, half Spanish? Or would you prefer that I make two different videos? One of them would be recorded in English and the other one would be spoken over in Spanish, or something like that. And your audience will give you an idea. When you give options, you really learn something. When you ask people to give you their opinion, sometimes you get too many and lots that you might not like. John123, good to see you in the house. Jesse Miller, Unboxings and More, is a dear, dear friend. Good to see you here. And then... So yeah, Legal Minded Friends Karen Cole, if you make a video unlisted or delete it, you lose the watch hours no matter what. We always have to remember that it's called public watch hours. If you have a video that is not public, then it will not have watch hours. And I believe if you make a video unlisted and then make it public again, you still will not get back the hours that you lost. Now, I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. If somebody knows better, then absolutely chime in. I haven't looked it up lately. And then, yeah, it deletes everything. Little Lego, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure even the views come back if it's unlisted. It could. The views might come back, but not the watch hours, if I understand right. Kathy, pardon me, Kathy Payne is in the house. Let's spin the wheel, and we'll see who's coming up next. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Prez the Investor is up right now. We still got a long way to go. We got an hour or so. Then Michael's Adventures is going to drop her premiere, and we'll be able to go over there and continue connecting the same way we do here. Prez the Investor is somebody who live streams, I think, twice a day, as a matter of fact, now that I understand a little bit better. There he is with Lisa J. Stocks. That's what I was talking about. Prez the Investor is going to talk to us about the stock markets, a little bit of crypto as well, but he's got often charts and graphs going, usually in the morning and again when the markets close. to talk about what's happening for the day in the world of stocks. The idea of long-term investing is a much more popular topic, it seems to me, on the channel than trading, although he talks about both technical aspects as well as technical terms like dollar cost averaging, dividends, and things like this. Very forthcoming about his own stock plays and portfolio, including ETFs and other types of investments. And now, well over 500 subscribers, close to 600. He's monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Shorts on this channel have now gotten into 500 and 600 views, almost 700, and then videos are frequent. I'm just going to take the latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with him as well. And oh, Scratch and PPA, thank you for catching that. Yeah, Consume the Goodness, forgive me, I missed that entirely. They gifted a membership. Usually we put channels on the screen right away when that kind of thing happens. So Consume the Goodness is going to be the very next channel that we look at. And thank you, Scratch and PPA, for catching that. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, I promise you I make as many mistakes as anybody, sometimes even more. Luckily, Scratch and PPA is able to catch most or all of those while we're here. There's Sam's Logs, Trains and More. He was in with Corinne's Life this morning as well. He's another beloved and dedicated moderator and member. And then, so I've got him on the wheel. And it's so funny, little Lego. So I heard, I don't even remember how this started. A long time ago, I realized that most people will say, you know, like, if I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck. Or a lot of times there'll be a contest or a challenge or something, and if luck is involved, people say, no, I'm not going to bother because I'm probably not going to win. Where when I had learned about this, and I forget how long ago it was, it could be 10 years, could be 20 years, I forget, I started to say, with the intent of making it a self-fulfilling prophecy, that I tend to be lucky. And it's not necessarily true. I have never been like win the lottery lucky. Not yet. I try, but not yet. But what I say to people is I tend to be lucky half the time. And it's true. So, you know, I've gone to casinos many times, and, you know, I've lost a lot more money than I've ever gained at a casino. But I have won a couple times, enough to break even and walk out ahead a slight bit. Or, for instance, I often talk about it with traffic tickets and things like that. I've been pulled over my share of times, both in Canada and the States, for speeding tickets and other stupid things. But I've been let off half the time, literally, probably 50-50. Probably pulled over more times than I should be, but, you know, I have. So anyway, what I try to do then is say, well, I tend to be lucky. So if there's a chance, then I'm going to go, because I might. And Kristen and I, some of you know Kristen Walton, we live together in Niagara Falls. She has a channel as well and is here often. When I'm with her, we've had luck. We've gone to different types of charity events or social gatherings where there's been contests or things like that, and have won a couple of different prizes a couple of different times. She was with me when I had my biggest win at the casino. Like, we did that together. I think we were celebrating an anniversary that night, actually. So it's possible. And so even though I don't necessarily believe it wholeheartedly, there could be truth in the idea of a self-fulfilling prophecy saying, hey, I tend to be lucky, and then maybe some luck will come around. But that's just an idea. So, Prez the Investor, hopefully everybody will connect with. Consume the Goodness is coming up next. We're going to take a short break again for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play another clip from our interview podcast series. Hopefully everybody's seen this. The first 4 episodes are up already. These are interviews that go on anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long. All of the creators that have been featured are longtime friends of us here in the Tuber Chat family, and all of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. We've had a friendship that's gone on beyond 3 years now. I think we're actually getting a lot closer to 4. And I appreciate your friendship, Lou, of course, but I remember very clearly, I won't forget this, a conversation that we had. You were talking to me about how to grow over the course of all this time. And you mentioned the idea of coming into live streams in the chat, hanging out and having true conversation with people so that you can really get to know people and get known as well?
Yeah, that was way back. Looking back, what I went from 0 to 1,000 to 4,000 overnight, and the 0 to, I think it was 82, was a completely different crowd than the 3,000 to 4,000 crowd.
Right.
And in the live stream, the people that are in when you're at 4,000 subscribers aren't the people that you started with.
Okay.
And coming into a live stream, especially a live stream like mine, it's important to recognize the situation. There's a very good chance everybody knows that you're going to have a channel. You don't have to tell them. They can click on your name and look it up. There's a pretty good chance that everybody is going to welcome you if you come in with just a hello. For us, it's an aloha, but just a hello. How are things going? I had a double cheeseburger today, and start or jump into a conversation like that, instead of just coming in and self-promoting or telling people another channel that you came from, or instinctively trying to drop a link because you're desperate to grow your channel. You'll grow if there's 3 people in that live stream and you sit with them for 30 minutes and just talk about what you did the last weekend, there's a good chance you're going to get into the conversation that you have a channel, or they're already looking at your channel and will bring it up, and you'll get a subscriber without even trying. Less is more in a live stream. Blasting and marketing yourself in another person's live stream get you nowhere. And my live stream is loaded with moderators and tools. I have a team. I have a Monday meeting. Every Monday, a meeting with all my moderators. I have 11 of them. They all do different things. One is engaged in community safety and preparation. One is involved in making sure my content and links get out. Another one is in safety and security. Another one is just a meet and greeter. Everybody has a role to play. So coming into a live stream like mine, and I'm not the only one, coming into a live stream like mine and just blasting where you're from, as where you came from as another channel, or self-promoting, it won't last. So be friendly. I mean, it's a good spot to just say, hey, I went to the river last week and went fishing. It's a great spot to be able to do that. You'll make more friends that way faster.
Travels and Gardening with DJ has a good question there about how we can keep up with the chat while we're live streaming, if I understand right. So when we think about that, somebody like myself, I do a lot of outdoor live streaming, so obviously with a phone. You can do that with a GoPro and things like this as well. There's different devices, different cameras and stuff. But I use a separate phone. So it's literally another phone on another plan. And somebody might think, oh my gosh, how can you spend all that money? But it's so much more worth it. Some of you, people like Scratch and PPA and our moderators here, Sam and Michelle and Corinne and a few others, will remember when I started trying to do outdoor live streams in Niagara Falls, and I must have tried 10 times, and the streams would break and they'd be buffering, and it was just horrendous. And I got so angry, and I said, I don't care. I'm going to keep doing them until they work. I am going to figure this thing out. And it came down to cell signal and things like that, and the phone trying to pick up Wi-Fi everywhere and all this. Once I learned how to do that, between myself and a couple of friends who do a lot of outdoor live streaming, we discovered having another device is going to help. And so I have another phone on like the cheapest plan you can get, which in Canada is like $15 a month, right? And you can do that in the States. That'll work out to about $11 or $12. But so much more worth it while you're carrying a phone around or while you're streaming to have another device with you. If you're lucky enough to be at home or somewhere where you're on a computer or something like that and streaming, you might be able to use the same Wi-Fi network then with another device, an old phone or a tablet or something, and then you just keep the chat on like you always do, and then you're just in there with the same account chatting. So that's how we do it. When I'm on a computer here doing Tuber Chat, I've got another monitor, so you see me rolling my window over here between the two different monitors, and I'm able to keep a chat window open. So when I come in, if I want to say hi to Ashley, who's on the wheel, I might just do something like this, and that allows me to keep up with the chat. Now, when it's rolling really fast, it's hard to keep up anyway, but I think that's the idea that you're speaking about, if that makes sense. And forgive me if I'm mistaken. So Consume the Goodness is up here right now. I'm going to have to start really racing through channels because we do only have an hour left to go, and I think I've been dragging my behind a little bit here. Too much story time today. But if anybody does have questions or needs me to elaborate on anything, I'm happy to do that. Otherwise, I'm going to start moving through channels faster than we otherwise usually do. We'll get through as many as we can, and then Michael's Adventures has a premiere. We can go over there. He'll put a long intro on that. It'll buy us an extra couple of minutes. We can get an extra couple of channels up, and then we can go over there and continue to make friends over there. So Consume the Goodness is up on the screen. This is Kendra, certified lifestyle and weight management coach. She wants to encourage us, motivate us when it comes to healthy eating and healthy living. When we look at her channel, she's working on 1,300 subscribers, and I'm just going to grab her latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to get caught up with her. And I see she's been posting videos frequently, usually at least a couple times a week. Shorts on her channel have gotten into 19,000, even 48,000 views on one of them, which is great to see. And then live streams seem to be, she might be making these more frequent now. So she just did one a week ago, and then these come up sporadically. But we got our notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More is coming up. They both Consume the Goodness and Sam both gifted memberships. And I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We always put Superchatters and membership gifters up onto the screen right away when that happens. So thank you again, Kendra. Thank you again, Sam. And we're going to look at one of our beloved and dedicated moderators now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And Handicap Traveler, or is it Handicap Traveler making me laugh? Yes, they said turning on the turbo boost. Yes, absolutely. I need a NOS button. I need something I can hit to just make everything go faster. Sam's Vlogs Trains and More comes from the UK. Of course, he's a beloved and dedicated moderator, and has been pretty much from the beginning. He's been with us over 4 years now. He's got over 2,000 subscribers, working on 2,100. He's obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and all of our moderators allow everybody to continue to meet more friends in their chats, whether they're premieres or live streams, the exact same way we do here. Now, he has a lot of train videos, but he does a few other things on his channel, so I'll talk about all of that. When he is filming the trains, it could be the trains themselves or the stations they depart from. He could be taking a look around, or he could be taking a trip. They could be indoors or they could be outdoors. And that, like I said, there's a lot of train spotting videos here. What's interesting about Sam is that over the years, his production has really increased. And when we look over at his live streams, we see that he actually does a lot of outdoor live streaming as well. That started, I believe, a year ago, maybe a little bit longer, but he's really stepped up the production. His birthday's coming up in just about a week and a half from now, so we'll be looking forward to celebrating his birthday with him. He also does other types of live streams like Q&As or trivia type games on the channel. He gives us a lot of updates and gives us a chance to get to know him often. Shorts on his channel have gotten into almost 5,000 views, but one over 6,000 on its way towards 7,000. So hopefully everybody will connect with Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More. And thank you for another gifted membership, Sam. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. He's done that kind of thing countless times before, so has Kendra. So thank you both again. And then Just Jason Keto and More is coming up. This is another over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and another fellow Canadian. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So, Just Jason Keto and More is up right now. This is another creator that wants to motivate us with healthy eating and healthy living, especially when we think about a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He's been very known for chaffles. If you haven't seen these yet, they're a special type of snack that's made in a waffle maker. You can use them as part of a meal, of course. He's got lots and lots of those recipes, but he's got lots of other recipes on the channel as well. The biggest thing about what Jason does with his recipes is that they are all featuring only a few ingredients, and they're literally simple and easy to make in every case. Now, he also does a lot of product reviews on the channel, and that can help us make sense of some of the ingredients that we're going to find on products that are marketed towards a keto-based diet and lifestyle. We can understand how these ingredients are actually going to affect us. You can see these peanut butter bites he did the other day were a really cool feature, and then the crab cake idea that he just did as well. But that's on top of all the other recipes that he does. There's Kendra, we just saw her. Jason has a lot of guests on his channel, both in videos and live streams, where he gets a lot of life lessons from other creators or life experiences. They share their tips, their tricks, their trials and tribulations and things like that. Once in a while he'll do a product review like a GoPro or take us outdoors. Shorts on the channel have done really well, getting into a bit of a hint with these grilling and healthy looking shorts, getting into 5,000, 6,000. One of them over 22,000. I've seen that one. And then live streams on the channel as well. He's got a 3,000 subscriber giveaway. He's working on 3,100 subscribers now. He does a giveaway for every 1,000. And his live streams, he's live every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. And he has a vibrant community that will engage when we have questions and comments in the chat. Lots of people willing to support each other there, even when it comes to the ideas behind the conversations, like healthy eating and healthy living. Once in a while, he'll do one of these cook-along live streams as well. They seem to be coming up every month or so, where he'll make something else in real time. And these can be meal or snack ideas. So hopefully everybody will connect with Just Jason Keto and More. He's also willing to head out hundreds of miles away to places like Keto Palooza, and he's already scheduled to be back there again this year, but he is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, like I said, and of course monetize lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. River Rat 3030, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Coffee Walks and whatever is here. And Kathy Payna is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. We always put a couple of names, at least a couple of names, onto the wheel from our chat list. We try to get through as many channels as we can every day in a 3-hour period, or every time we stream. We can't always get to every channel, but we do what we can. I did add Ashley to the wheel earlier, and Driving Daily was just added as well. So we'll keep things moving as quick as we can. Kathy Payna comes to us from Hawaii. You'll get some information on her about page there. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. Just dropped this a few days ago. Kathy Payna is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who's been a longtime friend. I've lost track of how long she's been with us, but I'm thinking it might even be a couple years by now. 572 subscribers. We'd love to push her towards the 600 she's thinking about. Obviously, lots of beautiful outdoor content for her to show us. And then when we get into shorts videos, she's got a few of these, one over 1,000 views already. And then live streams are an idea from the past. She might bring those back. And we'll keep our notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, of course. And then let's spin the wheel. Yeah, consume the goodness. Sometimes it gets, I already talk a mile a minute, but it starts to get pretty hectic towards the end of the stream. Especially on days like this. I didn't know what to expect because we're earlier than usual. But I know that daytime streams during the weekdays can be almost as busy as weekend streams for Tuber Chat. It depends on the hours, right? And by mixing things up, I get an opportunity to have people come in who can't always make it. In 99% of cases, I would always recommend people pick their date and time. So when you watch somebody like Scratch and Pete PA, who posts every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern for 3.5 years, it's no surprise why his live chats are one of the fastest rolling in the Tuber Chat family, faster even than this, because it's perfect consistency all the way along. And then Hadgeways is up on the screen right now. 2,500 subscribers. They're monetized. They're going to bring us a lot of travel-based content. When we look through their thumbnails, we see a lot of popular destinations. They got a brand new video from this week. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. When we dig through here, we get an idea of the professional look they've got on a lot of these thumbnails and the interesting places that they're going to take us. When we get into shorts on their channel, we see a little bit of random content, but these have gotten into 1,400 and 1,700 as well. And then when we get into live streams, I haven't caught them for a live stream, I don't think, yet at all. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. They did them up to about a month ago, and they've been with us for what I think is a couple months now. But we've got our notification bells on, like I said, for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. And then let's spin them. We'll see who's coming up next. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So Butler Family Farm is going to bring us 116 acres of farming and homesteading goodness on their channel. This is Jerry and Susan. They post videos frequently. They've got quite a few here. I'm quite a bit behind here. I'm just going to grab the latest one, put that in my catch-up list. You get an idea from their thumbnails. Mostly outdoor content, but they do bring us into the shop and they do bring us into their home. They show us all that it takes them to look after 116 acres of farmland, including a lot of livestock. There's bees on the channel for the 2nd year in a row. They've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, as well as chickens and some cats and dogs. And then they've got shorts on their channel as well. These have gotten now into 12,000, one over 50,000 views, which is great to see. Mostly outdoor content there. And then when we get into live streams, we see that they're live every single week. I'm expecting to join them next week. They'll be on tonight. They're on every Monday at just before 7 p.m. Eastern. Next week I'll join them again. I was on their channel a few, I guess it's getting on a few months ago. But just casual conversation. They often have StreamYard panels. Now, Butler Family Farm's going to introduce us to a lot of other creators, both in StreamYard panels, and they literally head out hundreds of miles away to go to a lot of meetups, and they often live stream from those. There's Gail from Broken Hearts Ministry there. Lots of familiar faces when we dig through the StreamYard panels, and here they are at some of these larger 10 Killer and Ozark meetups where they can have up to 80 channels worth of creators and supporters. So you'll meet a lot of friends when you're over there with Jerry and Susan on Butler Family Farm. And I've got their pen and pencil set beside me. I keep it on my desk. I haven't used it yet for what it's meant for, but I will absolutely be using those. But interesting stuff they do on their farm. And Jerry, like I said, brings us into the shop to show us some of the woodworking that he does as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Butler Family Farm, and obviously another couple of generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. I'll be looking forward to joining them on their channel next week. Let's spin the wheel. We're going to take another break right now. We'll make this a quick one. We'll just go for 3.5 minutes. We'll come right back, and we'll see Backyard Trucker. I'm always happy to hear anybody who's still a student, especially the younger the better, when it comes to the idea of enjoying being at school. And there's a big reason for that. When I had my own trouble in school and this and that, and I like to skip classes and I like to not do work. I was a sponge. I learned all kinds of stuff and I get 98% on every test, but I hated doing work. And forgive me, I know that harsh word, but I really disliked it very much. So it was a bit of a struggle. And a friend of mine had mentioned to me one day, I said to a friend of mine, we were in our last year of school, and I said, our high school, and I said, why do you like school so much? As I started to become friends with this guy. And I say, you seem to enjoy it. I go, I can't stand it. And he goes, yeah, that's because you're all business. You walk in at like 9:01 late every day, and you're out of here before 3:15. He goes, you don't stay for the sports games, you don't stay for the activities, you don't take part in the student council and stuff. He goes, you're just dying not to be here. But this is where your friends are. Where do you think everybody is? You know what I mean? And I'd just be running home to the TV or, whatever I was going to do after school and this and that. And now, looking back, none of us want to live with regret, but of course we look back and say, well, I wish I had enjoyed the time more. And so when I hear about, especially right now, it's a big subject, lots of students have gone back to school. A lot of my friends will have children that are in the ages, I see it all day on Facebook, first day of school pictures and things like that. And I'm always happy to try to encourage younger people when it comes to the idea of going to school by saying, hey, your friends are all there. And I try to encourage people to get involved in things like sports and games and things like that for that reason. Because otherwise, what are you going to do? Somebody like myself, I was lucky I had a sister, but the two of us would be home and, I'd just go to my room and do whatever I was going to do. She'd go to her room and do whatever we were going to do. But it's much more fun to be hanging around hanging around with your friends. My sister and I are friends too, but you know what I mean. And then, yeah, we're not going to talk about any violence, okay, Jevin? But thank you for that. And then Haj Ken, good to see you in the house. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, you please correct me. But yeah, to do it over, I think, definitely I would do things differently. But I hope that, just talking about this kind of idea would remind everybody, we can encourage people who are in school. It's so unfortunate. You see, kids... my son, when he was growing up, he wanted to go to school. He'd be almost upset. Unfortunately, most of my life he didn't actually live with me. That's way too long of a story for Superchat. But, I was always there with him. And on the days that he would be with me, if there was a day he had to stay with me and I had to bring him to school or something like that, he'd be like, Dad, can we get up so I can be at school at 7 o'clock when daycare opens? And I'm like, there's no way, buddy. That's not happening. You're going to be sliding in right before the bell. But he actually enjoyed it. And again, because your friends are there. And, yeah, Jevin Richardson, we'll just keep the chat positive, okay? It's unfortunate when things happen that we don't like, but yeah, here in the Tuber Chat streams, we're only going to talk about positivity, no violence, even if it comes to throwing furniture and things like that. I promise you, I've been just as angry as everybody else in my life, but we'll keep that to a minimum here. And I'm sure that kind of stuff is going to work out. So, Backyard Truckers up on the screen right now, and this is a creator who's let us know from the beginning they are just a hardworking guy doing things that they love, putting almost anything and everything online for us to enjoy. So lots of random content in their videos, including a lot of do-it-yourself. This is obviously a small business owner, a truck driver. He works on his own truck when he needs to, and he's done really well with some of the dash cam footage that he's captured, getting into 12,000 and 13,000 views on some of these shorts. But he often takes us live for drive-along streams as well. And these have done really well. He's actually had the algorithm in his favor a few times and gotten some heavy traffic, no pun intended, on his live streams. Once in a while, he will collaborate, actually frequently, with Marketplace Boutique. They'll do a fireside live stream or something else. And it's great to see a channel so active. Backyard Truckers now officially on the road to 1,000 subscribers. That's a important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. And when we cross a 100 milestone, we say that you are officially on a road. So now that they've passed 900, we say they're officially on the road to 1,000. And I'll show you this channel right away as well. Marketplace Boutique getting close to 1,300 subscribers. This is Jody. These creators collaborate frequently, Backyard Trucker and Marketplace Boutique. So I wanted to put them up together again today. She's got another video here showing us how she goes about getting the items that she buys and sells online. She'll give us some insights into e-commerce. She's been doing this since 1998 and will give us the ins and outs of platforms like eBay. The technical aspects like shipping and listing are easy things to learn, and she'll talk about those too. But the magic really comes in finding the right things to buy and sell. So hopefully you can obviously make a profit while giving somebody a good deal. And she'll take us shopping as well to show us how she finds some of that stuff. Marketplace Boutique gives us some information on her about page, about her career change and looking into this e-commerce, and continuing that today. And then when we get into shorts videos on her channel, it's pure random content here, but getting into 12,000, 14,000, and even 19,000 views on these. Live streams are fairly frequent actually, so she could be with Backyard Trucker, she could be out on the water, she could be doing a fire chat live stream. Lots of different aspects here, and she's really expanded the content over the last long while as well. Marketplace Boutique now at 1,300, so I'm hoping she can get a few extra subscribers and keep that locked in as well. Pixie Dust Traveler, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. Oh, Butler Family Farm. Yeah, the Stream Boss wasn't working perfectly today. Corinne's Life had it for a while, but it didn't show the avatar. But Andy's Journey came in with another super chat, and yeah, he has been dropped 65 bucks there. So the Stream Boss, the way I have it set up here, this is the video game life meter under my camera. Mine is set to 1 American penny per point. So when you see that there are 2,000 points there, it takes $20 worth of memberships and super chats and highlighted milestone messages count as well to knock out the Stream Boss. And because Andy's Journeys dropped a super chat of that size, it knocked out the whole Stream Boss all at once. Oh, and then Comic Journey. So that's really a decision, like, you know, everybody has to make for themselves. But collaborating is possibly the #1 thing that somebody can do to organically grow their channel 100% legitimately. If you are featured on somebody else's channel, you are all but guaranteed a handful of subscribers that day, and then possibly through a small amount of replays and stuff like that as well. So if your channel, if you're intending on being genre or category heavy, like you really want to stick to it, then you could. The earliest days in a channel's life are the easiest time to pivot and change things around, if that makes any sense. Because you could change your mind 100 times, but it's a lot better to change your mind while you've got 1,000 subscribers than it is when you got 100,000, let's just say. In truth, it's really not going to matter. When you have hundreds of videos on your channel, especially live streams, it is not going to make a difference 2 years from now what you did on one live stream today. Almost certainly. Almost everybody here will probably agree that our live streams get a lot less replays than we would have ever expected. I know a lot of people say it repeatedly in their live streams. Don't forget to catch the replay. Thanks to all of you watching. It's great to thank your viewers and things like that, but I have yet to see a live stream that within more than a few days starts to get a lot of views. I have had it happen. I did a it was a winter light show live stream, and it was an ironic story because while I was out, the weather was too cold, my phone froze and the stream cut off after 8 minutes. That live stream got about, I think it was 5,000 views. I forget how many it was. It's still there. But that was just a real chance, like a real anomaly, if you want to put it that way. But it doesn't get any more views now. You know what I mean? So while anything can happen, we tend to lean towards the expectations of the 99%, let's say. Izzy Scott, good to see you in the house. And Rushing Wind Mountain, yes, as well. Thank you for keeping that membership going, Izzy Scott. And thank you also, Rushing Wind Mountain, for that highlighted milestone message. There's an example now. They just took over the Stream Boss, and highlighted milestone message will knock 499 points off of the Stream Boss, so they've taken over. But for the second time today, we see a channel taking it and the avatar not showing up. So we have to just remember that these widgets, I know I mentioned it earlier in the stream, but they may not work perfectly. These online services, I think in 2024 everything should be working perfectly, but without whining about it too much, if anybody ever finds anything on YouTube that works perfectly, please let me know, because they're few and far between. And Kelly Family Adventures grabbed a new membership today. We're going to talk about their channel right now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. You'd laugh. One of these days I'll do either a photo or a video where I do like a behind the scenes of Superchat, just so you can see the other side of the office, the computers that I'm using, and the Stream Deck and the camera and things like that. But I put a sticky note on my computer a while ago. I'll show you another one here just for fun. But there's a sticky note on my door. You can see it up here, and it says "Thank Mods," to remind me to thank the moderators. I feel awful when we have a live stream. I keep an Instagram group that's just got like our 10 moderators in it or whatever, the group that's here the most, and I try to remember to thank them after every stream. I know I forget sometimes, so I try to do it every time so that when I forget, obviously nobody's going to get upset or anything like that, but you don't want your moderators or your friends to feel unappreciated ever. That's probably my biggest fear about everything that we do, is that our friends and those who are supporting the most won't feel as appreciated as they truly are. I don't know if it's possible to make that happen, but you know what I mean. Anyway, but I have one sticky note there, and I got another one on my computer that also says "Thank Mods," and I got another one that says, I'll show it to you, "No story time." So I have to remind myself when I start talking too much to stop. So that's been going on as long as I can remember now. But I just put that up a while ago. The Stock Explorer likes that, of course, right? The Stock Explorer is in the house. They're a beloved and dedicated moderator and a member, so I've got them on the wheel as well. Kelly Family Adventures is up here right now. This is a channel I'm still getting to know. So they've been in here a few times now, but they grabbed a membership today. They're working on 3,300 subscribers, which is great to see. I'm just going to dig through their videos here. They've got a premiere coming up next week, and I'm going to take their latest video, and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them. Or get another piece of content watched. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time I get to know the channels, and over weeks and months by watching videos, hanging out in premieres and live streams, I get to know the content. And then if you want to connect on the outside social networks, I'm always happy to get to know creators in that way as well. And I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. And then, yeah, interesting pink sticky note. I try to buy everything in like packages, right? Like even though I don't use sticky notes very much, I think that I might. So instead of buying one small package, which would probably be appropriate, I'll buy the biggest package that they have so that I get the best deal. And then if I use them, then it feels like a benefit, right? But I've only got like the 3 of them out there now. So however they come, I end up putting them. And a lot of the things I do in my life, at least up until many years ago, always included only like black and gray, not goth or anything like that, just happening to be always monochrome and stuff like that. So I try to do things that are more colorful now. Just because I tend to like things too bland for everybody. And then Kelly Family Adventures working on watch hours, but I'll show you something interesting that I just noticed right now. So they're shorts videos. Some of these have done well, 8,000, 20,000, 29,000. But look at this one, 816,000 views, which is great to see. It likely led to a good handful of subscribers, but the watch hours don't count for those, right? So, yeah, I wonder about monetization, because the other way we can aim for that is by getting 1 million views, I think it is. Is it 3 million views or 1 million views in 90 days? You guys can remind me. I forget now because we haven't talked about that enough. Or 10 million views to get the equivalent of the 4,000 watch hours. But watch hours are the easier way to go. I don't think we've had any channel yet in the Superchat family that's done it through shorts. But I see that Kelly Family Adventures up until yesterday was doing live streams as well. So hopefully we'll see another one soon. I've got notification bells on for every single channel, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Trish the Natural's on the wheel again now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And thank you for that, Ruby from Rushing Wind Mountain. Yes, 3 million views in 90 days will get you the equivalent of the 3,000 watch hours, right? The first level of monetization. And then Mark the Shark, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. You still need your 500 subscribers, though. And then 10 million in 90 days will give you the equivalent of 4,000 watch hours, meaning the levels of the YouTube Partner Program. Yellow Shirt Dad's here. We saw them earlier in a thumbnail on Legal Minded Friends Karen Cole's channel. Got them on the wheel. They happen to be a member. Driving Daily has been extremely active in the chat. Thank you for that. I'm just going to grab their latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to catch up with them. I'm still getting to know the channel, but they're going to explore interesting places and everything car culture. So a few vlogs on the channel in between a lot of the vehicles we're going to see. And then, was it your channel I was seeing all the drifts on? I wonder if it was. There was something I saw the other day and it was all drifting. But it was, wow, something else. Looked like they were on not a track, but a parking lot made into a track. 17,000, 35,000 views on a couple of these shorts, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel. They just did one a few months ago. We'll see if they're going to do any more of those. They've crossed their 1,000 subscribers. It looks like they've got it locked in, and we've got notification bells on so that when they do another live stream, we'll be ready for it. They do cover drift. Oh, they do cover drifting. Yeah, I see quite a bit of drifting in the titles of some of these videos. Wonder if it was this. Yeah, this is it. Grassroots drifting. Yeah, this is something else. I don't know when. I had never even heard of drifting that I can think of until the Fast and Furious movies, and I forget which one they did that in the first time. If it was the third one or what it was. I think I saw them all, but I'm not sure. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Mark the Shark is in the house, and the J Jordan's been added to the wheel. They happen to be a member. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Handicapped Travelers up on the screen right now. And they've got a premiere coming up actually on Wednesday, so we'll be looking forward to that. And they've got some Happy Mail from another friend of ours, the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla. I've been seeing them around a lot lately, actually. They've been really active lately. So I'm just going to grab your latest video, though. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. Obviously, they're going to bring us a lot of travel-based videos, mostly outdoor content, from a certain perspective. And you can read about that in their About section, of course. And Handicapped Traveler's been with us for, I forget how long now. I think they've been with us, it feels to me like they've been with us for a few years now, but been really active over the last year or so. And then 1,300, 1,400, 2,600 views, featuring some interesting winter weather there. It's nice when we have channels that can bring us all 4 seasons doing outdoor content, and then they'll bring us indoors to give us a chance to get to know them as well in their live streams. These come out occasionally. Looks like about once a month. So hopefully everybody will connect with Handicapped Traveler. They're working on 1,300 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit closer. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Joe Mouse Creations is coming up. This is a channel we're just looking at for what I think is the second time now. When I see the videos here, I see I've got one. I don't know why the red line's not all the way across there, so I'll take that video right away and put it in my catch-up list. This is a channel I'm still getting to know, so I'll rerun that video, and I'm going to just take another video so that I can watch another piece of content. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time I get to know the channels, and over weeks and months by watching videos and other content I get to know the content on the channel as well. We'll look at shorts over here and see that these have started to move. One of them getting close to 200 views, 2 of them actually. And then when we look at their About page, we'll get an idea about the auctions that they are doing, especially on their friends' channels, they say, and we'll see if they're going to bring those to their own channel. 317 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 400 that they are likely thinking about. And then we'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. We're going to take one more break right now for 3.5 minutes, and right before we do that, I'm going to play for you one more clip for today from our interview podcast video series. 4 episodes are now available on the channel. We dropped the latest one this past Saturday. These are conversations that go on for at least an hour with featured channels that have been friends of ours for at least 3 years. All of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
Don't forget the people who've got you there. Like, this is why I'm very open with coming on with Tuberchat, because I remember I only had, I think, about 2,000, 3,000 subscribers at the time.
Probably.
And I got involved in that group, and there's other groups as well. What you know, if you cast your bread across the waters, it will come back. You know, so always. And there's always somebody that I've engaged in on YouTube, totally different hobby, pastime.
Okay.
But we're linked by the ways, but they will know somebody that's scale modeling and they will mention me to them.
Right.
So there's always that as well. You've got to look at it as when you're building your channel, always try to give back what you've taken out of it. So that's why if I'm home night, you know, in the weekend, and Tuberchat, because I've got it notified, if he comes on, I will pop in, give him a super chat, and I make sure I get on that bloody wheel of crap that it is.
There you go.
You know, and you know, and so that I've put back in, because remember I was there as well. I was lowly. If you remember rightly, that one day when I cracked that I think it was 20,000 subscribers, or was it 10,000 subscribers? Because you went up to 5,000, wasn't it? And I said to you, because I'm on 10,000, am I not allowed to be on your channel anymore?
That's right.
You had to change it, didn't you?
I had to change the intro. If somebody was to go back to the first episodes of Tuber Chat, you would hear me say something along the lines of up to 10,000 subscribers. But when Moz6510 models crossed the 10,000, I had to change the intro for the whole channel so that I could say, and beyond 10,000 subscribers. And now we're here, and you've doubled that number. You're still growing now. So
it's very slow growth because as I said, I've taken a month. I wanted to see what a month would do to my channel.
Yeah.
And I was getting 300 to 400 views an hour down to 160 views an hour.
Right.
If I look now, I'm getting 30 views an hour. So but I've done this on purpose. I wanted a break.
Yes.
I just wanted to step back, and now it's back in, and I'm going to start doing it all again now. So,
yeah, there's nothing wrong with the break when it's needed. What I have found is when we can get to a place of consistency, taking a week off, it seems to take about a month to get the momentum back, but it does come back.
Yeah, it does come back, but I needed the break. I really did. You know, and I think YouTube have cottoned on to this as well. You've seen a lot of burnout recently on YouTube.
I understand what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a burnout. Yeah, there's definitely that. But you know, we strive to be better, and that's what it can be.
Yep.
Definitely.
Improving over time.
Improvement is and also it's good, it's edifying for yourself. You know, it really does boost you up when you get a video that gets 10,000 views. It really does. Like, you know, it's great. But there's also the work and the time you put into it, so it's rewarding in that respect as well.
For sure. All right, we're just about back. Ashley, I spun the wheel right before we went on that break there. I've taken a couple names off the wheel. If any of our members are still listening or watching that haven't been on the screen yet, just please be active in the chat. I'll get you back on there. I dropped a link for the raid we're going to do. Michael's Adventures has got a premiere coming up, and because he's a beloved and dedicated moderator here, that means that we're going to be able to continue meeting more friends and family members for our own channels, the same way we do here in Superchat during his live chat. So, hopefully everybody will come over for that raid, and I'll drop the link another couple of times before we're finished. It's premiere, so the chat is already running over there. Ashley is another channel that is bringing over some of their TikTok activity onto YouTube. They've got a few videos on here right now, and it's random content more than anything else, but we see that they've already done well with some of their shorts, getting into hundreds of views, and Ashley's here with us frequently, so hopefully everybody will help push this young channel towards their first 100 subscribers. It's an exciting and important milestone in all of our YouTube journeys, and we'd love to get this channel a little bit closer. Ashley, of course, is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. She's been with us many times before already. I don't think she's been with us for a year yet, but it could be as much as 6 months by now. And forgive me if I'm mistaken. Sometimes I lose track of how long some of the friendships have gone on here, and hopefully everybody takes inspiration from that, knowing there are generous creators out there willing to support you literally years into the future if we could all just meet each other. And that's the idea here, of course, right? Rushing Wind Mountain is up right now. Comic Journey, I just put your name right back onto the wheel there, and we'll talk about Ruby's channel in a second here. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. When we look at Rushing Wind Mountain, we see a channel from the Pacific Northwest that's bringing us wildlife and nature videos more than anything else. I don't know, my red line's not all the way across here, so I'll take this same video, I'll put it in my catch-up list and make sure that I get that rerun. And then, yeah, Izzy Scott, a couple people were saying today that something might be wrong with the Stream Boss thing and a couple other things. I noticed that the Reddit share thing is broken again. Pardon me, yesterday and today, and I sent a tweet out to the YouTube team to, so hopefully they'll do something about that. Whenever we find glitches on YouTube, if something is wrong and not working properly, it usually means that there's an update that they're working on in the background, and they will it'll be fixed shortly. Most things haven't taken longer than 2 weeks to fix, except for that Reddit thing. Lekangry Vlogs, good to see you in the house. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that, if you don't mind, please, if I'm if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, and I will get that fixed. Thank you, I am Betty J. Gathers. I'm going to get your channel back onto the wheel as well. When we get towards the end of the stream, I really start chopping channels if I think they're not active in the chat. Yeah, weird, Izzy Ska. Sometimes it seems to not work. As you can see, the Stream Boss under my camera there, Rushing Wind Mountain, the avatar didn't show up. And then thank you, Lekangry Vlogs. And forgive me, I'm racing through our time now. We got just under 10 minutes. Michael's Adventures always puts a long intro onto his premieres so that we get another an opportunity to go through an extra couple of channels. But I'll speed things up. So Rushing Wind Mountain, like I said, brings us a mix of wildlife and nature videos, almost in an ASMR type format. They're looking for relaxation and peaceful type content here. pleasing audio, pleasing visuals to go along with it. You get an idea of what they're doing from the thumbnails there. Wildlife shows up a lot more in the shorts videos, and if you dig through these, you'll find some humorous moments as well. These have gotten into 11,000, 12,000, and 16,000 views. Rushing Wind Mountain seems to be everywhere all the time. I run into them constantly when I'm trying to support other channels, and they're here with us just about every day as well. Live streams on the channel, they've been experimenting a lot with the vertical live streams and finding a bit of success in those, but again, more pleasing audio and visuals to go along with that. And Rushing Wind Mountain's been a friend of ours for long beyond 3 years now, probably approaching 4. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. They'd love to be pushed towards the 4,300 subscribers we know that they're thinking about. And we'll look at I Am Betty J Gathers right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So I Am Betty J Gathers is another longtime friend. She's been with us almost from the beginning. She's been with us about 4 years, and she's now well over 2,300 subscribers. We'd love to push her towards the 2,400 she's thinking about. She's done a few different things on her channel over the years, focusing mostly on living her best life over 60, but I find that her content can relate to anybody, and she's been doing a lot of vlogging lately, taking us about her day or about her week, and she brings us both indoors and outdoors. We're in the house sometimes, we're out on the road sometimes. She's always smiling, always laughing, always inspiring, and always motivating, and always having a lot of fun too, as you can see. When we look at her shorts videos on the channel, we see that some of these have done really well, and she's let me know now she can pretty much predict after she records one if it's going to do well, but some of these have gotten into 10,000. And interesting that these are all talking head shorts, right, featuring the creator herself. So that's really good news. And then live streams on the channel as well. She goes live frequently. I'm setting notifications here. We always set notifications for everything we see, even though we have the notification bells on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. When we look at I Am Betty J Gathers live stream, she's done a lot of StreamYard panels. She always keeps up with the chat. We have often said it, but the chat often drives a live stream. So for those of you thinking about live streaming but not having done it yet, the idea is we got a couple ideas for that. First of all, you can hop in with somebody else on a StreamYard panel and get used to being on camera and talking live. But then as well, when you go live, if you're wondering to yourself, well, what am I going to talk about for an hour? The chat is always going to ask you questions and always drive the conversation for you. So I Am Betty J Gathers does lots of collaborating with other creators as well, and she's monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And the best way to keep live content evergreen. So Comic Journey, the truth is, in 99% of cases or more, I haven't seen a channel that does really well with live stream replays the way we probably wish that they would. The only thing I could suggest for that is you're literally planning in advance to say, okay, I'm going to talk about a subject that is going to come up over and over again. So a not perfect example, but a small example would be like Halloween is right around the corner. And anybody that's going to do Halloween videos could probably do themselves a favor and get on them as quick as possible, because you'll be able to ride the wave up. Start dropping those videos on like October 1st, and lots of people will be searching for Halloween. Things like Halloween costumes, right? If somebody wanted to do a video about costumes, you could do that as a live stream as well. So I might plan to have every bit of Halloween costume material or props and things like that as you can beside you, and then you might be able to say, the top like 5 Halloween costume ideas, for all ages kind of thing. And then you start pulling out the stuff. Like, for instance, I have a Santa Claus outfit that I've used for Halloween many times because I used to be a DJ for a very long time, and I think it's the funniest thing in the world for Santa to be DJing at the Halloween party. But this is something that I did. But you could do the same thing. You could have the costumes ready, and then instead of a video, you could just do it live and show the different pieces. Here's the hat. Here's how you could use, you know, I don't know, some Marvel character costume. Here's how you could do some other kind of costume and everything like that. I'm not saying this is a good idea. It just is an idea. But when you think about titling your video or dropping a thumbnail on it, it's possible to think about evergreen content while you plan. So live streams, like I said, are tough. I haven't seen anybody master the idea of getting replays. I don't even know if it's possible, but that's an idea. When I described earlier, I accidentally found success with a live stream one time because the phone cut off and it was only 8 minutes long. But it does not get replays today. It doesn't get replays every Christmas again. Whereas something like Halloween videos could possibly. Videos always drive a channel. Always, always, always. In almost every case. Unless you have a channel that only does live streams. Then in every case for channels I run and touch or have over the years, it's videos that drive the channel because they have the best chance for continued growth. Even shorts can get a huge burst of views in the beginning, possibly a second huge burst of video or views, but we usually don't see many that go very much farther after. And when we do, we kind of notice and talk about those a little bit. That's just an idea. And that's an idea. Legal Minded Friends, Karen Cole, we talked about that as well, dropping highlights or a clip from a live stream. Forever Goshlin 3004, good to see you here. And forgive me while I'm racing through my answers here as well. Dark Swordsman Gaming, thank you so much for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that countless times before. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. For that reason, we'll put their channel up on the screen next. Style Stages, good to see you here. And forgive me for anybody I'm missing in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. Yellow Shirt Dad is Gene. This is a creator that brings a smile to everybody's day, usually with the joke of the day. Does that at least a couple of times a week. I'm just going to grab one of the latest ones here. I've also got a premiere set that I saw on the homepage there, right? We'll set the notification for, or is that a live? Yeah, premiere that's coming up tomorrow. And then we dig through his videos, lots of short videos, but if you dig through the content a little bit, you'll find him giving us stories to be told or looks around his area. So he's got plenty of videos over 3 minutes, perfect for connecting with, and some of them even over 10 minutes and far longer than that. He's got shorts on the channel as well. These have started to do well at 5,000, even 8,000 on the way to 9,000 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. He does these occasionally, but we've got the notification bell on to make sure we catch him the next time he does that. There's another example of the one he did with, I'm not sure if he was on, I think he was on a couple of times with Legal Minded Friends Karen Cole. But Yellow Shirt Dad is always smiling, always laughing, and right away wanting to collaborate and motivate others. That I noticed as soon as he came into the Tuber Chat family a few years ago. And then Dark Swordsman Gaming has been with us for as long as I can remember as well. This creator is doing live streams just about daily. Pardon me, I had Michael's Adventures premiere running in the background. So let me drop the link for that. We're going to go overtime here. We're going to be a little bit late. Michael's Adventures is a beloved and dedicated moderator. He's dropping a premiere right now. It'll be lengthy. It'll be probably, I'm assuming, a half an hour long. But we'll be able to meet each other and continue connecting with each other over there in his live chat. I think I just saw Charlene Heel in the house. Good to see you here. And we'll continue with channels right now, though. I'm way over time, my goodness. Dark Swordsman Gaming has got a lot of video gameplay. You can tell with the frames they're putting on their thumbnails lately that they're separating the different titles of games through their video series here, but they do a lot of live streams as well, and they've introduced us to a lot of popular titles and a couple of more independent games as well. Shorts on their channel they've just started with. We'll see if they're going to continue with those, and then live streams, like I said, are frequent, just about daily on the channel, and they mix up different titles here as well. And Dark Swordsman Gaming, for as long as I can remember, has been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They dropped a super chat, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support, so thank you for that again. And I'm just going to do something in the background here. I should have done this a while ago. Comic Journey is up on the screen right now. I think we're going to be probably 15 minutes over time by my estimation. And Comic Journey is somebody that I believe I just caught not too long ago, right? Was it just a few days ago? Did I catch you for a live stream, or was I mistaken? Or was it a premiere? Or am I mistaken altogether? I'm not sure. Unless you premiered that, maybe I caught that. They got another new video, though. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to catch up with them. And they're letting us know that they're sharing their love of comics as a hobby with their son. They've got lots of information on their About page about the story behind the channel, its motivation. When we get into shorts over here, we see some random content that's gotten into 10,000 views and beyond, quite a few of them, actually. And then live streams on the channel are fairly frequent. They were live just a few days ago. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one. I got notifications on for all of them, and like I keep saying, we always put notifications on for everything that we see, premieres and live streams, even though we have the notification bell on for every channel. And I'm going to drop the link for Michael's Adventures premiere, which is running right now. Trish the Natural's coming up. We'll see what they've got going on their channel. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Roadhog's in the house, good to see you, and we've got Nana's World 053 and Herman the Great Variety Channel both on the wheel. Trish the Natural is here right now. This is a creator that talks to us not only about natural hair care, but also health, beauty, and other lifestyle ideas. She's always had a professional look to her channel, and even though every video gets its own different professional thumbnail, those bright, bold headshots are going to make her recognizable. I think that's going to pay off in the long term when it comes to the idea of branding. She posts frequently and collaborates with others, and she's got shorts on the channel that have gotten into over 2,000 views on a couple of them, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel there. She is with I Am Betty J Gathers. She's got another one. I missed that one a few days ago. Hopefully I'll catch you for the next one, but like I keep saying, we got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. You'll notice that when we roll over the videos here, the thumbnails give us an exact idea of what to expect. So she does a really good job with those thumbnails, giving us an exact representation. I'm not sure about the click-through rate on the channel. Hopefully that's as good as I think it might be, but I have a feeling her retention will be good, because when people get into the video, they get exactly what they clicked on, if that makes sense, for a thumbnail, which will make a lot of viewers happy. The Stock Explorers here. This is Nora, and they're here as a beloved and dedicated moderator and member. The Stock Explorer is going to talk to us both about the stock markets and crypto markets, including Dogecoin, which is stressing me out. And the Stock Explorer has been really expanding the content on their channel for a long time. When they do talk about stocks, particularly, they've often got charts and graphs behind them. They've often got product in hand as well. They talk about technical aspects, but they bring us beginner tutorials and advanced topics as well. When we look at the Stock Explorer, we see an expansion in content where Pardon me, they're doing a lot of lottery ticket scratching. They got this series Scratching with Strangers lately. These are a lot of fun, and they're giving some shout outs to other channels and things like that as well. They got shorts on their channel. This features more random content, but they've done really well with a couple of these. 2,800, 4,000 views. One over 11,000 that still does actually get a few views here and there. Live streams on their channel. I joined them last year for a 2-hour conversation about YouTube. They do a lot of StreamYard panels here. Sometimes they got charts and graphs when they're talking about stocks and a little bit of crypto, but sometimes they're out on the road, a live stream like this, or they do a lot of lottery ticket scratch battling with other channels as well. Those can be very fast-paced and high energy, and they collaborate with quite a few different channels for these. So a little bit of extra content going on with the Stock Explorer, and they've got a second channel. I'm just going to show it to you anyway. They haven't posted in a while, but they've got a love for plant life, which they'll share with us, they'll teach us, and they'll grow some of this stuff themselves as well. They happen to be in Florida. They got shorts on the channel over here getting into 600 views and beyond as well, and working on 300 subscribers. But Nora's been a dear friend for a very long time, and somebody who over the top cares very deeply about the YouTube journey and those of us in the Tuber Chat family and their own community as well. Izzy Scott is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on their channel. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So Izzy Scott is a channel where the live streams here are really the focus. The conversation can go anywhere once they get started, but they're live frequently, so almost daily or every other day. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and that's interesting because they just recently reset and restarted their content, even though they've already got over 1,700 subscribers. And then they've got shorts on the channel. These can be random, up to 100 views and beyond. Hopefully they'll post more of those. And then when we get into videos, we see that they're bringing us pleasing audio and visuals together. This is a bit of a different kind of video. I think I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to see what they're doing. They've always been known for these elaborate banners, avatars, and thumbnails. They give us a bit of history on the channel. Last couple of times I've caught them in live streams. Like I said, the conversation can go anywhere, but Izzy Scott as well is going to talk to us about digital art and some of the tools that are made, so possibly tutorials on the channel as well. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. We'll see what's happening with It's Me Alec. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And we'll get It's Me Alec up here right now. I had trouble finding their channel right now. I don't know why, but I'll get their handle and put it in the chat. This is a very enthusiastic creator that does a lot of live streaming. And 154 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 200 they're thinking about. When we get overtime like this, I should have done it a few minutes ago, but when it's really overwhelming at the end of the stream, I often make it unlisted so that it kind of stops more channels from being able to find it so easily and coming in. Just slows down the rush a little bit. It's Me Alec brings pure random content on the channel, but lots of conversation here. They do quite a bit of live streaming. Shorts have gotten into 400 views and beyond, and then when we get into live streams, we get an idea of the different conversations that they're going to be having, including StreamYard panels on the channel. So hopefully everybody will push them towards the 200 subscribers they're thinking about. We'll get another channel ready to go in a second here. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. So this is the first time we're looking at this channel, but Nana's World 053's been with us a few times now. 460 subscribers. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your videos here. I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that lottery ticket scratching video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 and sometimes 4 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Herman the Great Variety channel we're going to look at in a second here, and thank you everybody for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to, or much busier today than I thought we would be, considering we did a much earlier stream. We'll try to fit one in again before Friday or Saturday. I can't be sure for the next few weeks when we talk about Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but we'll do what we can. We'll still drop them as pop-ups, and we'll see everybody again soon. We try to be here at least 3 times a week, so we'll try to keep that up. And thank you everybody again, and hopefully you'll head over to Michael's Adventures channel. You'll see that I've got the link dropped in the chat so that everybody can head over there. His premiere's already been running for almost 15 minutes. He's probably got another 20 minutes at least to go. Lots of opportunity for us to continue meeting more friends and family members. Yeah, Roadhog, sorry, not today. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to. I know we got a lot of dear friends here. Blessed to Crochet is here. Entertainment and More by DJ. Jesse Miller is still in the house. I always feel terrible about missing a lot of these channels. Roadhog and Charlene Heel as well. But we just can't get to every channel every day, and I probably talked too much in story time earlier, like I try not to do. But thank you, everyone. Let's head over to Michael's Adventures. Herman the Great Variety channel brings us pure variety. This is another longtime friend. Random content when we talk about videos on the channel. I didn't know that he played any drums. And then I'm just going to grab that latest video. I know it's quite short, but I'll put it into my catch-up list here. He's got shorts on the channel as well. These have started to move into well over 100 views now, and then live streams. He's often got StreamYard panels, and he's been a friend of ours for many years. So hopefully everybody will connect with Herman the Great, and thanks everyone for giving my quick exit. Thanks to our moderators again. Pete's got memberships on his channel now, everyone. If you didn't catch that at the beginning of the stream, we'll see everybody on his channel for his premiere tomorrow as well. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.